When you want to monk a free work, and I want to do a number and see ye and a day. And a pension at Tennessee. Western in the morning live on Western Diamond Television. And then Friday, the 20th day of June 2025 in the year of our Lord. And I pay a dash. Sir, Casafidiano Doswa. And so on Kakranka Krawaji Atubu Precope. Now I want to say, Koma, I do a fiase no. I am Koma Elbua. I can't mind Munipana Bomu Afensono Abuama. Get me a hunu abaya 2 years on for sure. Nafe. A memoir abaya wabaya and swade magana for no sono. The moon to the Mubiani, the Hintabiano. Timianya dajid ninano ababe gua paso na so timi enya kwanya kire wadwen dia fasa ansem ne ho adope ye da ase ya tena ase ye be me musu akai na se no so se no nkrumbo pai mu a e be so na yakwa kofa wontumi sports buffet no enso de ababe town adope ye na production team na se watchema ba ASN chill Michael Yaro Samuel Dingo Kelly Abna Sawa many ampo mana prek air technician on duty. Within the Osikani Frimpong Manso, and I pay Wadaruma. Kaya Hue, na Yanya or my Ghana Hue Juma. The Pachayatina say, if you don't know any Yakra and Mamumu and Samakakana Fay, if you summon so yet to me a Pegas and Komono, it's an pay Kaya Hue, na Yan Sum or my Tias, my Ghana. If I try to pay the made the can't catch no any. I don't know that a branch here stay louder Eka Sembi. Stay louder somewhere Wakayano, yet international no pay the 2 year home for the see a home cry. Now, Quack, if you're there. Yenim said do one and they want to yem passwa. One ACO or this year home crony but I don't pay there is a life ahead of us. There is a life ahead of you. You best sing in a Syria kind of son so say for Brandon Mary and to as I said, Oba Modern now soon couldn't be a whole day. Now we are Juma. I don't know about and to Estelle Lauda, someone can than what I was saying. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. Or say, one so and couldn't be a whole day. One now soon couldn't be a whole day. Never mono. Why ye Juma? And you know, and could be dear as stay louder. I can't want someone who can not so say, why you want Jumansa, what to me at this Ankunimono. Menim baby and nano pay when it's a Ewabrabomu. But met me as soon cry can't tell Precope say. Anka dear a sewer disono. Obey your Juma. Obasha sia ye ho adwuma emprempren ya abusua anka enche eni na hibia no anka ubenhuru emu enkunimdie wobedie ne se ene wobetu kwa amro ne akwa bobra edi sika bafie wadaroma sa botaye ne siwani so a shasia ye ho adwuma enne ye ka ebre kura na passport kura woni bi birth certificate kura no ide passport no kura woni bi entene shasia na ye ho adwuma entena won ka se media me wotiri mo pone ani swade hunu se da achi metu kwa amro ne akwa bobra edi sika bafia ba behwe abusua nanso no eho na montuo no enya ade a wo ye ho adwuma entino work for success, work very hard for success enkurudie beba enya daye a wo so ye kekewo na mamuno eye adwumaden a wo ye de afa botaye ne daye a wo so ne ho ana ema nkurudie mapa enso aba. Stay louder say, I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. And you know, ni a pesa wo ye wo abraboy ni asetena mu no me pa chawo se ebe ye dia mawa e so ye ho adwuma adan wada na abrante bi se wo pese wo nyini a wo ye doctor ni mapa wo hyase ye ho adwuma ama enye a ye kese o ye a medical doctor adan wada na wo bi se wo pese wo ye a pilot wo hyase ye ho adwuma enye a ye kese o ye a pilot menim de si wani so apesa wo ye ena menim de upesa wo dim nkunimu bara no pay maba me ka kire wo se ankasa de no a wo de si wani so apesa wo ya emu nkunim de be bada ache no hyase eye ho adwuma ye ho adwuma firi ene esanse wo hyase buru nsuo ntamo a ene wani ye kokko ntamo enti anopay never dream about success, rather work hard for it. Stay louder asɛm a wɔkaeɛ ɛna no pɛ yɛgyina so ɛde atu yɛn ho fo ɛde ahyɛ yɛn ho nkran 42 minutes gone past the hour 6 for WhatsApp ɛna text ɛbra 0248071174 0248071174 ɛbɛgye brɛ na yɛakenkan wo nsɛm no nyinaa ɛna no pɛ ɛnso ɛde abaw ka ɛna hyɛ no so sɛ anɔpɛ we are live on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, no, Western Diamond TV. Uko na wa like your page. Na fe wanya adaje. Na wati me atro comment ni nyina no. Edi atum edi amane ye. Uwi akopele nkede na share. On YouTube nso no ye live wo ho. Western Diamond TV. Uko na wa subscribe to your channel no. On TikTok there the after videos of these programs nyina no. Ye di nyina no bekwa akogu nti wo bra. Na watimi akwa na ode o message nso atimi ede afa ho ede ahye eye enkran anopai ya tena se yi enkomo e ofie ha se na adanu ada be beka kire o se mresebadwafo atonsa ede afre the electoral commission se womre na womeyi nsem bia no emfa eye Ablekuma North parliamentary elections no a ene ya ye ka se aye outstanding am 6 months ni a Yesu emrasebadwafo omemu ase no Ablekuma North any a representation emrasebadwafie and it has been a worry to both the NDC and the NPP amadano the minority caucus in parliament no actual petition march the kopiemu police headquarters say one the petition akwa IGP na wonhwe na wonye bibi mfa wesan se Ablekuma North no ene ya ye kasai opiemu amrasebadwafie a adehye ho no womo ani mrasebadwani a osuo manamu enso e mrasebadwafie ho e wodo na ene adano ada ye te se parliament atum sa dia fra electoral commission na ansa na electoral commission be ko parliament no adano ada ene NPP e holdu womo national executive committee meeting no neck meeting no. And after the meeting, the General Secretary, a brief press, what the two just said, near a process for Asiano, and no can be an near say, and Prempreno, and yet Ablekuma North for any representation in Parliament. Now, the Amodi Bagnan said, party no disappointed in the Ghana Police Service because Electoral Commission is why ever ready for recollation. And as I said, a process for Ebomodena will provide security. And I know that so say IGP no say and ya there won't bet to me I provide security at the ama the electoral commission officers are almost one recollation of the parliamentary election results. No, and near a cocoya ya and no. Now answer so na the interior minister Akoma Sebedefie Akwa Kasa and Nea Yakase. And yet, will be a time as some the acopium court in Tino. And ya dear, 1 month per se, and ya do per se, yet you contempt of court. Until say court, no, Ebebu seminary, no, and ye Ghana Police Service and the Electoral Commission, one more Macanano, as I said, one more hold on. As I hold on. And ye Dr. Bosman Asare, Echo Maseba Fear, Echo ye and Sembisano, F.I. a yet, Ablekuma North, a yet. Parliamentary elections are outstanding. Now, and someone the buy and say, and yet, one more kika say, as I see a year run of a year elections in a year Ablekuma North in Nano. Sadiano, the last option. The last option are what the Electoral Commission, and on say, you bear run of a year elections in some polling stations in Ablekuma North constituency. But Wakasa Sadan and Prempreno and Wakasan or say so far there are only 3 outstanding polling stations at Ablekuma North and yet yentimi quality results in here and the Electoral Commission our pink sheet and a document in The omunya say aposifo ebe ma security na wamo akwakoye recollation no makeka niam nyina abomu na matimi declare winner for the Ablekuma North constituency parliamentary elections so adano enti no isi ni de what kind of people say there is no rerun bia there is not going to be a rerun and no be a last option enti no mo kra ni mu say wamo ehia security na owie no waka say ene security omu hia na mu nkire mu nie electoral commission are ready sisi ya no wamo try the advice from the Attorney General or the Ghana Police Service with regards to a coalition SSA is no ekokoye e wa Ablekuma North constituency ho. Eti no wamo de wama ready. Problem ni nyina no ejina the Attorney General and the Ghana Police Service. We and someone and near yeka say Dr. Bosman Asare and so edikotu dwamra sebedwefie efa Ablekuma North abatwa ye to ya bepem na yeka say and yenya representation for the people of Ablekuma North in Parliament. And you know, EC rules out an immediate rerun of the parliamentary elections in Ablekuma North constituency, stating that results from 3 outstanding polling stations can still be collated. And you know, 3 outstanding polling stations, you know, and a problem in the war, but EC you know, are sure the general public say, sir, 3 polling stations results, you know, and they are say yakra sincero wamo ebetimi aye recollation and so ewo we and waka say police holding back on collation over AG's pending advice and you know our president kind advice from the Attorney General na wometimi ahwe the way forward say omutu na more provide security na yetimi akwakoye the collation of the 3 outstanding polling station results and what Ablekuma North ho we na wamde to mrase dwafo anim say ye pese e de Ablekuma North ho no yenya a representation parliament for no moden mrase dwafo no moden say wamo ene Ghana Police Service bekasa na wamo amomo police protection na wamo etimi akoleti Ablekuma North results no. But I don't know why the same say the Attorney General reluctant with regards to sensitive issue because ye breach constitutional requirement you know say enkrofukuo bi SSA wamo enya representation from asebedwafie na ye ne sisafo ne kwan a ekoditia amamra no etino as a matter of urgency no Attorney General ba ye nanka quickly wetimi atu ho anamo nanka yetimi akwakoye collation no na omo declare the owini ye wa ba ye tu ye no mu sane e beyo a Ablekuma North fo nso ebenya representation mrase badwafie but it seems that the Attorney General no dragging feet with regards to this particular matter and somewhere through urban side say collation of the 3 outstanding polling stations now Ablekuma North we are MPP amadokuo no ene bedi mu nkunimu enti no me dia me nkan konkosi se ebia ejina hunu sa nti na wotwetwe ne naase no bayan de yate o grounds wo eno no pe reporter MPP leadership awabo Greater Accra region e de amaye eno no wam se pinching bibia no e wo ho a e kire pefe se 3 outstanding win ba beka ho a ene MPP candidate wo ho no ena edi aba no emu enkunimu enti no yade yenim de se Attorney General enim saa enti na wotwetwe ne nan ase a ene ye wo hai ye ntimi enkere enti no that is it enra Ablekuma North abato no eho ensemo mrase bedwafie the electoral commissioner no ekopie mu ewo ho a wode emu ensem nyina ne update fata nyina no enso edema mrase bedwafo enra daso no ene some 60 MPs wamo support to His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia wamo ene ne kohyiaye edi enkomo twetwe enkomo edifa na nisu ade hunu ne nana montu a wo tu ne ho se obesan so tu franka edi ama NPP osono kokoko amanyokuo ne abiemu na yewra kwaku amprechum sapo or a leader of the group of MPP MPs for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. And I did and some year too. I say MPP MPs are the fear 88. Emu 60. And a warm free pemu and declare support for a year Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Say to Franca and Fama a year the new patriotic party. And you know clearly say party opposition na and yeah party no a leadership and in the mouthpiece ejina mrasebe de fear. Clearly it tells you say His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia a force to reckon with. And you know and nay wonya a year 60 out of the 88 MPP MPs in parliament wam air support to na e kire opefe se sanfo no mo support to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia nyina no representation in the various constituencies in so etai eye wam MPs na chi enti na de ne de eye clear say Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia stand tall among wamo atwemutia wamo person wamo contest ni nyina enti no video no na that screen so no MCR yanko tie eye sound no yankwa video no na yankwa nkomo a ekọ so after this video no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia address press no after the meeting we are now audio no so atumu join you live on Western Diamond TV na behwebi
to be 101.3
We shall we do save Ghana, the elephant, that we listen.
Becoming president 101.3
We shall we do save Ghana, the elephant, that we listen.
Becoming president 101.3
Members of Parliament, I think that it was a very happy visit. It was a courtesy call, and it's a call to declare support for me. And I am so happy in terms of the group that have declared support for me from Parliament. Now amounts to just over 60 members of Parliament. And you know we have 88 members of Parliament. And so that tells you that a very significant number of members of Parliament have declared their support for me. I just want to use this opportunity to thank all of them. The leader of the group here is Amprachum, who coordinated this, the MP for Mampong. And I believe that this is going to be very, very important because the members of Parliament, as you know, control the constituencies to a large extent. And I'm very, very happy for exactly what they have done today. It's a strong show of support, and I thank them and I thank God for this strong show of support. And off we go. There's a lot of hard work to be done so that we can help the party and help the country. And I want to thank all of you. This morning I've had a visit from our members of Parliament. I think that it was a very happy visit. It was a courtesy call, and it's a call to declare support for me. And I am so happy in terms of the group that have declared support for me from Parliament. Now amounts to just over 60 members of Parliament. And you know we have 88 members of Parliament. And so that tells you that a very significant number of members of Parliament have declared their support for me. I just want to use this opportunity to thank all of them. The leader of the group here is Amprachum, who coordinated this, the MP for Mampong. And I believe that this is going to be very, very important because the members of Parliament, as you know, control the constituencies to a large extent. And I'm very, very happy for exactly what they have done today. It's a strong show of support, and I thank them.
And that was His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. After a year the major the 60 MPs in parliament and all dom as say we a declaration of a total support for him na nani aso de omo aye de ama no pa na wono de woni mu pefe de obetimi ayo enti no wabon support no na wontimi empem emfa enko nanim na wo metu franka biem emfa ma NPP amanyoku no beba chofa eye womo a anampanimfu a womo atwe muti se womo ebe contest no emfoni egu suba me na yensro made ba ko bi emfuro mo ho na ene wo machitaafo ho enti no so far no mpanimfu ya wo mfoni wo TV ne so no ena womo ayom anim atwe muti a won say womo ebe contest for the flag bearership position no enti no esoro pa no engineer Kwabena J Japan former general secretary of the party and after the tosumi no honorable Brian Champon abitifi MP the tosumi ensa honorable Patrick Yabuama ono no I think Ablekuma West and adio odi ono nso yera adanimo no odi so no nso his excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia yera Boatie Agyakon enso edi so no Kennedy Akompre kwa Japan Dr. Yaw Osei Educhum and afei honorable Joe Gatti etino so far no panimfo enkron na yenimu se womo atwemuti a womo ebe contest ne ye kan de atwemu nyina ne se womo ya honorable members in the New Patriotic Party na omumu bia no etimi lead party no based on ensem ana elections a womo ebe ko ene de obewini na yesra mo se womo ne omachitaafo no enkasa womo mamade no no omachitaafo no enkasa se party no ye pasumdue ena eniema wodo a esese ekoso wo party no ba enkabo mu ba no womo omachitaafo no enwom ho ntiase aprekopese eya kansie ne yeko entini na ntitwitwa ne atemdidie no mpoa na womo ekwa mo ho no womo nyai at the end of the day no nipa ba ko pe ne beli di party no entino ututu obi 90 edidi obi atemo sanse won support candidate a na wo candidate no enwini na ono ne candidate ni wini wia musi dan kam ho bamu yesere mo muntu machitaafo ne fo na wamoma adwobrew emra yanko amano so na ene the Greater Accra Regional Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party Yera Adam Sabo eni eye enkomo. Director, good morning.
Good morning.
Adopai wahunam boko de
Boko na amoso e.
Yesu adom yanso ye ho ye pa egidi pa se nkran ye boko.
Nkran ye boko bibia dedi.
Very well. And rather me assure say o monitor eye proceedings in parliament and Dr. Bosman Asari ekopie mu omrase bedwafia. Womo ebisan ensem fa eye Ablekuma North parliamentary elections no ho na utie isi no a na edi kan o say enya dia immediately no yebeye rerun kra no the last and the final option esan say currently no there are only 3 outstanding polling stations in Ablekuma North ye collect wi a yebetimi declare results na ya hwe winner no wadaruma san komo no a isi kodi ye no san pepepe na tie e wo grounds ho ana
medawasi pena akonya mamoni mame fam die so na menchia etiefo nyina titiri minion no mo Takoradi in fact sir osha na menya akonya etme ehwe proceedings ne ka sir obeka pa dia maybe minimum from fabric no yara emamunya nti ase at the party no ya eni adwumu se bia run bi ebeba ba emom ye de mra na ye adwuma na se eba ne se oman na nyina se enkore run de na ebekọ na enam ensa ewe nim ene pink sheets a yewo ene bibia no enkere se ebekọ run entina anya me nwanwa se no isi ekopie mrahye bedwafo nchen no no so kan sansam nyina na sa wo hwa nsem bisa na omo bisa no ene anu yi a no so oyi no obetuma hu deɛ wɔhyɛ Kumasi ɛne deɛ wɔpɛ sɛ han ɛndi adwuma. Because sɛ wɔhwɛ nsɛm a na NDC foɔ mpanyinfoɔ no ɛbisabisa no na wɔn nsɛm no nyinaa ekosi sɛ na pensions bi antumi ampie ɛnti ɛbanisɛn ɛna ɔde scan one ɛpɛ sɛ ɔde declare election ɛne bi ɛma ɔno nso ma ɔmo te aseɛ sɛ apart from pensions na yɛde yɛ adwuma no mo ankasa monyoko nyina obiara wɔ ne agent a wɔ police station hɔ ɛna yɛnso EC for sɛ ɛsa wɔ presiding members ɛwɔ hɔ ɛnti ansa na yɛbɛgye abatoɔ bi anaasɛ results bi atum no saa nkɔfo nyinaa ɛna ɛba ansa na ɔno presiding member na atim so ɛnti ɔmo te nyanti aseɛ sɛ 17 police stations na ɛkaeɛ no a no mo ntumi anya the patients na ankasa ɔmo use scan one no ɔmo frɛ presiding members na ɛma ɔmo ankasa ɛbɛ identify ɔmo signature mimi Adam Sabo na sɛ wokɔ saa ne signature na sɛ de bɛkyerɛ mekuma hu sɛ we anya me signature ɛnna easy ɛnna me sɛ obi atie for ɔmo tie me bia no obi anim sɛ we dey very simple ɛnti ɔmo tumi identify ɔmo signatures ɛgye tumu sɛ ampa ɛnti na ɛka mɛnsa pɛ a ɔmo ntumi identify ɛnti isi sɛ aka mɛnsa pɛ a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛtɔ so aba na sɛ wotie yɛwura tobi anyanso tuom constituency member of parliament ɔno so na nsɛmbisa obisa no sɛ wohwɛ ana nyinaa na ɛkɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ isi na ɛtwentwem ne naase anaasɛ ɛnyɛ polisifoɔ ɛna mpɛ sɛ ɔmo bɔ isi ban ma no declare results no baako ɛsɛ attorney general ɛna ɛnneɛma so because attorney general ma polisifoɔ kwan a ɔmo de ɔmo kɔ akɔgyina wɔn ama isi a declare results no ɛnti mo gyide pa na ɛyɛ pan sɛ ɔmo frɛ no ba parliament ama obiara tie nsɛm a ɛkɔ so ɛnti mímí dɛdɛ mi kan no sɛ mo wɔ agents ɛna quite apart from that no so I don't know any sɛ ɔmo yɛ coalition but yɛ MPP for your coalition the way we do it na sɛ at the police station no sɛ agent no ɛnya results na obi a wɔ coordinate about say 6 or 5 police stations. And the results will transmit akɔ ne pɔkɔ nkyɛn ansa ne pɔkɔ nso transmit akɔ coalition center or constituency ansa na constituency transmit amana akɔ national coalition center ɛnti sɛ ɛba ne ɛyɛ dan a yɛn deɛ definitely yɛbɛnya bi ɛnti na yɛn no yɛtumi nya ayɛ results nyinaa no but I don't know mo gidie pa sɛ ɛndi so nhyehyɛ na ahombɔ ɔmo yɛ ɔmo fɔ ɔsaa de wɔ ni aba ɛnna nso nim sɛ ɔmo deɛ no ɔmo de bɛtu dwa ɛnvoɔ ɔmo no ɔmo ahyɛ da kɛse ayera ɛnna ankasa so ɛna ɛbɛyɛ gidigidi ɛkɔ hye deɛ ne yɛde kɔ si yɛ friends bɔnni yɛ ameta bi no bi fi ne din paa beebi a na ɔmo kɔ hye deɛ aka no church na ɔmo de yɛ friends results no kɔ si a ɔmo kɔ hye ya no sɛ wohwɛ a easy deɛ ɔka no ɔse materials a ɛwɔ mo nim and evidence a ɛwɔ mo nim no they don't think say there will be any rerun for this particular election.
Yeah.
Unless say ebia ɔman no ankasa ana ɔmo de mmara so na edwuma ɛna ɛno no kora no it is the unlikely event because ɛsɛ ɔsoso to convince ɔman no ɛma ɔman no sɛ de bia nkɔrora and quite apart from that no kora no yɛmfa no kora sɛ anya bia no the results that is out there and the remaining 3 police stations no what are the total numbers of the delegates no more no and what will be the outcome even if we say that one party should take the whole results. So all these things are things that we need to look and then factor before we can even come out to say something. And then you know this for sometime I did omoya no sebi na akwa say nkrophobia omadaja omadwan ato sunya so o dwen ho a in fact I say enye dwuma. And besides that and no mo na mo te abaso and think am mom na kan bakka mo ho sere maya adwubro be dwuma ma oman no atumi atumpan akọ n'enim sere se fata. Na mo to na sɛ mununu ɛpɛ sɛ mo soja na mo soja di ana sɛ sɛ nyina manga no na mo pɛ ni yie wi ana sɛ mo pɛ sɛ mo sɛ o man no but apart from that any no more ablikmo no for na yekese no we are in the 6th month going to the 7th month omo ne representative e wo parliament ho dey na bro ena mudi omo no and look at the position, the strategic position of Ablekuma North in Greater Accra. What are we doing to the people of Ablekuma North? And you pretend to say that you want to present that you like them, you love them. Is that how to love people? And the moment actually na said in some corner or more ankasa kwa show menim say to me share the course now share position now share no or more body language or more gesture you could see that they were sitting on tongues. When and I admire the EC the deputy commissioner. No, I admire his courage because he was almost intimidated by the members of the NDC. He stood his ground, and because when I cry, so will be some kind of cry. There's no difficulties in saying it. Nobody trying to will break a cry.
Yes.
But them say no cry no can, and now and she couldn't cry because they only ended their AC and all. And yes, one can say na etu ne dum na etu eka nsem keke.
Okay.
One can say omo leader major amama yarga. She oba be saying something. Say order something to fire. One can say no pe kwan say dey be ya omo expose omo. We have something that we call lead questions in teaching. Most of his questions were lead questions, trying to direct the EC to answer in a particular manner. But he forgot that he's an academician.
Okay. And you know, yeah, and yeah, Attorney General now or feeling reluctant to act on this sensitive matter. No, Diana, yet you did sooner now. Diana, the bay Yanwa man and near ban also now, any advice as I said. The police service na what provide security na is
you have just 1 minute remaining.
You bet me aye de afa ho na Kenya na chere say there is this impending problem ewo Ablekuma North wa you waiting for the advice on the matter.
Yes, and American for now you can say Diana. I told you it's supposed to do the needful. Now say ABS still for 4 years. I think the last resort is say court.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I question the Ebekoso.
Very well. Director, my nasi ano pay no obren wadaji. Ya kuye ni munu bibi ba na etire adwon so be sanso aba na asubim. Why?
You Mr. Domas na kunya mama mi.
Right. You know, that was the Greater Accra Regional Communications Director for the New Patriotic Party, Director Adam Sabo. You know, me madika candidate Accra sana director de ne dia ne ba be so say. Wo hwe peteta krabu a utimi hunu ne pefe say. Ade de yakeka niam nyina sia ni a na 3 outstanding polling stations no ye collect results no a MPP ene be win wo ho entina NDC e de sa tactics ne e ba sa ye nya rerun kwamba so de be rerun if they affected the polling stations in year 3 how do you declare a rerun of elections in the whole constituency abra challenge no ejina 3 polling stations peso. It tells you, say, one more trimupo be say, Yabobo when we are one bedroom could go, and a more yes, I know. Now, Attorney General feeling reluctant to give his advice on this matter. A German professor can NDC the Beriniaka quickly. Uncle Wabai and where swan in Nuanka, when any better Ablekuma North war, now I yes, I didn't know. As no name so winning to know, and yeah. Young we need ya nyina and see the name no. That is it. That is it. And you know, I don't know, and come out no nti yakwa ni mu no de besi bia no so no ye benya adaje na ye ne mo aba bedi eho enkomo o chiema ba ne abena betena se na kwankra ta mo boso no wom atimi e de aba. Be pa chaw economy no a aban we say ya recover no. Is it reflecting in your pocket ana? One say economy no recover, but on the ground so no wa wutie mi dwadini ba no mate ni trotro driver aban adwuma ani no ubotom ti say emprempren. Is it recovering on paper? Is the economy recovering on paper ana say ayade ya ana me nkwa na me hunu say you can say ensusuanso papa bi every economy na wo say recover no mu aba mehunu ensusuanso no mbotomu ana e bia na wo de wo hunu ensusuanso no obotomu mentimi nkyere and Professor Patrick assuming say economy no recover on paper but not in the pocket of the ordinary Ghanaian taxpayer. Or say, Sadia we no yanhwe ya. Ebedru baby no aban ne ba bekase economy na recover ne ho akrado a Ghana ni nya de obegye because adano ada mo se recover no we hunu sunsanso bia woni botomu. And you know say there is a disconnect because the economy no aban we say recover on paper but not in the pocket of the ordinary Ghanaian taxpayer. What we and say enyina monkane ensuo buo nyina no apagya kosoro eniema buo e wo soro aban adwuma efo akatua etare ba bi etare tio economy recover yate enyina monkane ne nsuo buo yatotum fam wo buo yare we aba beto so a enche wo mo eba ba implement it. Kanse ntuade abo be kosoro enema bo da so ye den adwumani na ketua no ba bia etimu ana etimu ensesa bia emaye etene aye kasei sa economy no ayese recover no it is the reality is still far off yehunu hwe 6 months ni mo ba mo safo yin fetch fo upgrade Ghana ya ye we e pa ni nsunsuanso papa me no mienu a ye gina wiem koto aba ma NDC yenya de free economy na o mo se recover no mu e asebo aye bisa utie sa asem wo ya wo begya dede no a wo tim ahobonten a wo ye no abai papa ba ensem hunu fa so bia ni so abai papa ba hwe obotom aban papa ba hwe ubotom edo ano no asa on the fight against Galamsey seno hosi say Ghana fue do mahama no onim no no hwe bosha wose share ya kese ne ho nkro no ba fa Galamsey no nyina no ende tumi na basa Ghana fo ansore ampusu no ampem no a wono so ati wani wankeka no ho da seno hosi asem a wo kanie wakai na mebisa se mepacha wo ka kire hwan me ana o kire maba na wo ka kire no enkasa asem we kire Ghana fo kono go hwe ndisi fo no na ka kire se o mpusu president Mahama na Galamsey kun no enda wada wona ne the last minister wo nyina deda ena minister se ene wo kosira hemfo ana traditional leaders no opinion leaders say wamuno mbetimi aboa me to Galamsey na sinti no mo ano. Can you imagine this? O wi ada wo de o man Ghana sika etua bele fuoi wo see from say blue water gas fuoi etino meresantin ya yetua mo kan adwuma poten ben pa wo maye tase Ghana na ye tire de uhunu tumi ni bedi ni pa bi mu sa emfaso dia bia free bia ama yes ye bi say ho ene minister no say wo kwa kosra hemfo any opinion leaders no mo na mo kan amanfo betie no ma jai Galamsey ni yo dan bi say blue water gas for na ko treni wo mo eye ho no ezele abo ho no wa for ba djuma mu a utu am ka bosumi biare yesi bosumi bia ma obi asen 2000 and 1005 ebro 900 ebro 900 Safuo no adwuma bemre santin ya wo do amko ya wo hyase atu amka no yemisa se ensuo na ni tisan we need to ask critical questions moma ye nya eye wamu ede tumi ya mo no off the hook amu ni ensem hunu bi asa no mo nko enhye o man Ghana sika ene o se wo kwa akosere ahemfo no ma boa na ma ya tu Galamsey ase wonim se obesere ahemfo ena ankote blue water gas no yey enti seno hosi o se hwan no mesrawo kwa hwe ndisi fuo no professors no a wamo eye sit down strike say nanado en ko Galamsey ni ye enti no enya do mbekọ back to the lecture house ago child kokọ hwom na ka kire sanfo ne say wamo mpusu president Mahama enya sa he is sleeping on the fight against illegal mining. Ewa Ghana has say what did the minister no yes and konkurasi baby etu eye mine nyina no ka kwan ho nyina no yetu galamsey ECG pylon ase yetu galamsey ye di galamsey wo ho ama pylon ni gyina na mframa bɔ kakra bia na pylon e wo so abai we ti wo ehwe Accra no atomu anka da no na akohia MMDCs no obe secure that advantage na wa catch from say hey mo kono baby a mine no why de wato ho no bo modern say on fa won ko for galamsey nsemu na wo no behwa aboa regional minister no wo ho no na watemi akoantia illegal mining wa mo wa etetre opefe say ahokeka no ni ho party here sika and then rather Erastus as a redonko who follow the Facebook wall serious revelations very very serious and damning revelations and they involve a buying way moon penufo yakra over 30 brand new excavators akwa kogua one to national security air bomb ho ban na mo ka se bia buru ya ohuru ya nim kosoro meboa ya ohuru ya nim kosoro aye ye vansi o che ba machi
ska mejo so
ho ye
o ya me adum me ho ye
eda nyame ase abna it say
o fa me ho ye
nice one and kata na ba quickly yentin sim na yentimi enku ye nimu ene emre hye da ni ho sa
to ma yendi kan nchia na yema akwaba emra dwumedie no so ene anope na wafa meshasi edi a free any the new weekend crusading guide ko Accra no emu the new weekend crusading guide ko Accra na dia betire mu say NPP amanyoko na ye na dwensi nyame ya adom a 2026 January bosom no de twato en wo mu ebepa wo mu frankatufo edi atwen 2028 elections no NPP amanyoko no mra hye bedwonfo a wo mu ye minority no en ye beburu 60 en wo mu nyina ekire mu so wo mu de wo mu eboa ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia etumi edi nkunimti ono en wo mu edi ne chia the new weekend crusading guidance so edi ababetu enim ha ene anope na ene yesi aban ena what the credit Emma former finance minister Yera Ken Oforiata said domestic debt exchange program wo ye no eno na aboa ma ene Ghana yetumi egina na monso nyaatwom na ye nimpansa beboa enso nya ndis na woso nti yen kan fongu aba no ho fi a na enim say yadepa the new weekend crusading guide enim ene edi aba ena echirechire mu ni nti a Dr. Yewose Edutwum former education minister ono so wo join NPP flag bearer race no eno so eda enim ha ene anope ya the new weekend crusading guide edina
yen fa the informer de wokrata no ento asoe na the informer so ebo amane e wase ha na katafeto so emienu petu no nakok director general brigadier general Maxwell Mati endei wane asrafo wono mo ewo NDC aban mu kasa se betumi etundubone edwa ayedi o man Ghana mu a ni na no ose na etumi kan tuma de bantrema no o minister bia obia na dwuma nko de na so eba ne se ndubone hu dwa ye na eka bo me betumi etu ase kra eno nsem eda hanu se yi na yewra boache chairmantie agako wo tremu se kwan ya yefa so na ndei impedifo kwatena ase a omode hihye bai wa MPP din mu ono eye recipe a ede basabasa yo ede ebepa tremu se nyine si impedifo ni si ye e neck meeting no eye recipe for disaster yereja konso de sakokobo no edema NPP mpenufo ni foni da ha JFK so foni ebata ho na kind of react nso eba ha anopai infoni edeba de na no ha mobo papa na seja infoni ompa no mo de abai ye kire mu se OSP ani ye kind of react a mu ya asemu a kan de court no ene court edi ama ran wano ne de ebu aboken of react ahonsam so the informer de bokrata no e de aba
metro so adi a free any daily graphic wakrata nim education minister eyenonyamfo Haruna Idrusu ne foni da ha na se wo mo no academic a free policy no na se wo ko second wo ko university a first year no aban betua de ama wo no omu bie portal to musa manfo apply and actually musa 129,000 freshers and wo mo apply so wo ehia emu nti aban emu wo mo we so edi aba na lawyer bi no wokasa e wo hanum no no ne dia woka ne kire mu se yenya mmara ebetumi aboama professional titles no ebetumi abo ho ban sansa no bia sori o se me doctor we sori o se me mayesi onso na won ko ho school ohun ye online we enya eisa ohun into o se ye momodian se betumi aye mmara na yetumi AND any fake title certificates agana ekoso e wo man Ghana kratafa etoso miensa e wo daily graphic ena di we edi ebaye ensama na no pay daily graphic di baye no
okay kakrewe ya daily na daily graphic ewie ni sa no na yekọ daily guide mu na daily guide nso enura yewura bosman asaro kopie mu a na yatutu na no ebisa no de ntiama Ablekuma North yetumi and declare results no honom na wo mo mugina akansie na no rabina obin phone da ha na na akua free yenso phone da ha mamene de do akasa ono wini da na akua free no so ono wini da na problem asese hono ne se yesi age no aton general na ono no so no na sede oso ye wo mu no wontumi enye ye ma posifon so entumi fa bambo mapa emfa nta wo mochi na AC and declare results no intino enye AC fo a problem wa na mom no problem wa age no na watwentwa nneoma so and on some so eda ha na NPP flag bearer race no yes eja etato and who is who and nipa miense twetwo romfo ni na da ha asa we di twum on the france ekro budusuo no and we chin so Dr. Haj Mahmoud Baomia ana Kennedy ohene Japan onso foni eda ha empenfo miense no mu kiremu se omugina banane ewo akensi ebesie no emu na eno anso mrashabedwemfo beye eduosia 60 ana wono kokosra Dr. Haj Mahmoud Baomia on private residence ewon gran no mkoya so de chita na beta wo te ba ne se yakwakoto eye presidential eye election no for eye candidate position no wa ne bepese nyame ya do mebeto ede amawo anopai daily guide enso de ordinam eni
na ochirema ye friends say Ablekuma North election yasemi na wokin wo hwe President John Dramani Mahama na appointment awaye for DCs ni MCs na omo ye omo adwen say constituency bia na district bia wo agina yas as a member of parliament wo lose ye no na ye de MC ya na se DC position ne dia ma enti omo nimpa se erabra obenu sanwa no we lose election so mama na MC enti se yenko declare na yensan fama na
anti se ona ye MC
okay ono na ye MC no krampo mu protest ye na MC krampo na ye de ma no mu protest se wo mu mpe mo NDC fo na ese wo mu mpe no enti ade na ma wo convince wo say he won the elections
on say we ask sebe obia no pe obakwase agurudie ba mpe na wo
yeah
obakwase obia pe na agurudie ba mpe na wo enti NDC fo ngase nim sebe de wo na nye ono bara omo gigi na ni say general elections ne de omo de protect omudin as an NDC so moko elections no ewo Ablekuma North no wono mo enlusu that seat no but omo emu nim say sebe spectator bia nye nti de no ko as MC no kwa no if you are protesting as na we kan no na general elections ne mom de an some press wono na they am losing in advance
what you say omo lose we dey just look at the appointment no obia wokoya wo lucy ye bia no yes ye MC ya na se DC na wo de fa chechero re into erabra ware munyintum na ye de yenkoye nim metro so free the Ghanaian Times go Accra tanum eni ada no ada tema ejebi ehihye wo hono ye chiru mu se sabra ye kase eni structure samanfo didem makomako 500 sanso ena nipa wo munya bebi mfa wo muntinto no wo mu 700 eni ye kasa munyai eni edwomu kra ntabo na chese mo shishija wo ho se ya eni na ya de hadwene kratafa to so miensa e wo Ghanaian Times na di we e baye na GSS for na de abetri mu se producer inflation no eni aba abedru 10.2% e wo me kratafa to so du no e wo the Ghanaian Times na de no e baye na Dr. Clement Apak eye deputy education minister that chudwe chiremu se da be ko so wo be hwe our SHS infrastructure yetumi improvement bi e wo honom na any Supreme Court nominee parliament ebe vetin no yechiremu se yetu ashada Ghanaian Times edi enam
the Ghanaian publisher the bokrata no yero Dr. Haj Mahmoud Baomia phone da ho no rei ambrase ni ni miam ni hojo Papa, what did be a fine? They say there has been an early knockout. Early knockout, kwa say ujina ring muna obo box and trubono. Na one quarter and 3 round 1 na pa no abodwe ebu egum. Saa na akwa ye because over 60 members of parliament and a nay on my Dr. Had Mahmoud Baumia didn't sakoto and say echi no say papa what dey wo ye be mo akọ second term mpre nsuo because sebi ye en sana na say okọ one pa we not been fair to you into me say man outside akọ and on some so I say early knockout NPP MPs back Baumia na yewura Kofianan awo no ejina mu ma NDC amenyoku no ewe futum na futu abato beso no so James Kofianan ana GTech fo won so ebo no kokose hehe sa doctor the brand of their ton so no doctor title no ifru so efri necro sa doctor title ifru so James Kofianan
no oyo no so doctor
also a doctor also the doctor to the doctor
omo nyina ya doctors
nsusu mum ko di bere bia doctor di bere bia
you know aya me tenasi di na me say aya MPP top pressure ma NDC always MPP no me book long ne title e da no so no aya title a eno ano no aya no kore wenya insa as pressure bia beda wenum so eni yesu enya bia won ko sua de na monye titles ni
enti James Kofianan nende ye twena bo so ye so doctor no won moye onyin fenfu no so oye Mr. Onfa Mr. Nanfa Nante so da na Blackman North road run last option enti yura eye Bosman Asaro kopium wo se eye last option is say o meka say wo mo eye road run e wo Blackman North abeto mpeso no so abra eno so
mede inquisitor beso so na inquisitor nsem ne bebre wo ho no ye di kan aka na President John Dramani Mahama no waka kire MMDCs ni na say acha July boso ne de to so dunum obi an declare ni assets ye meso so obi aso ha chief of staff Yera Julius Debra ni foni na da he yo and was say bringing people together is key to political leadership so to me bobo nipa no na wo ka wo ebomu no ni nyina nso e ka manyasem a ye no ehu bi the inquisitor
Baumia is a hope. Enyoma is here.
2028 one some better sign enyoma no de edin for fresh.
Ntino Mahama is a hope in the enyam farmer no bi me better than the Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Baumia is a hope. Enti ano so ho asam anopay enyoma the chronicle eltunyi say over 60 members of parliament declare on support ama DMB. Now okwa ada traditional council so say eja edem gidi sanse okwa infi wonu hunu nia was sponsor ye said there was a seminar a luxurious Safari Valley Resort munim nipa organize that seminar no intino ama eho ehuru papa da na matna ye ehuru pa anopay the chronicle so anyway ade aba yigina so na ade de bokrata no musem ade esie
bayana mo ase enrada ene mrasebe fie vetting committee na animu no Justice Akabuafo ekwoye se yemveti no na wokopie hwa na ene se na obi a petition ye committee ni se papa yi se bia buru se bia kudonto it's not enti no mama veti no wo mpia ni nsi baabi until so meye ensem no mu hwehwemu awie Parliament Vetting Committee no ekọ ensem no mu no se ensem no Accra chende baaye no it does not hold water. You know, womo abo atu agu a womo ahyese enne Justice your friend say Justice Akabuafo ensan so appear before the committee na womo entimi envete no na my main kinkan a story by your friend saying Ghana Web Elfama on this particular one na yen misa say near ene President Mahama ne na pamfo gina so a wom so mu di Chief Justice na di no ene sa wei no ensonso ye ben ene womu we de adwobre o ye ba ne boko we nya gidigidi bia me ba chotie o say the Parliament of Ghana has dismissed a petition lodged against Supreme Court nominee Justice Kwekuti Akabuafo, clearing the path for his long-awaited vetting before the appointment committee on Friday, June 20, 2025. The petition submitted by self-identified international human rights activist Anthony Kwabenya Raul had temporarily stalled the vetting process amid a storm of allegations. He accused the Court of Appeal judge of judicial bias, misconduct, and unprofessional behavior, citing a courtroom incident at the DVLA where he claimed the judge verbally attacked him and questioned his right to represent clients in Ghana. Raul's complaint further labeled the nominee as arrogant, biased, power drunk, and an abuser of human rights, and suggested his confirmation would endanger both national and international interests. He also challenged Justice Aka Boafo's cultural grounding, pointing to his Canadian background and alleged insensitivity toward Ghanaian norms, particularly age-related customs. Additionally, the petition raised questions over the nominee's impartiality in a politically sensitive case involving the NPP government, alleging he declined interest payment before his elevation to the Court of Appeal. Despite the serious nature of these claims, Parliament's leadership found no sufficient basis to proceed with the petition. The appointment committee has now confirmed that the vetting will go ahead as scheduled. Justice Akabuafo is the final nominee put forward by President Mahama to face the committee. And you know, I don't know, and yet an international human rights activist, Raul, say Justice Akabuafo, yeah, and rather or call vetting n'animu no. Sabi impredu sabi aburu sabi akudonto. And yet maybe one who are say wamo man kwan man kokoye Supreme Court justice and then some bebre no abeba and obobo so or say one or bias, two judicial misconduct, unprofessional behavior. Emane cite a courtroom incident at the Driver and Vehicle License Authority where he claimed the judge verbally attacked him and questioned his right to represent clients in Ghana. And no than chansua or say nominee no arrogant or biased or power drunk or abuser of human rights. You know, yengina sa niyama we so na yempia ni sinchen. Na President Mahama emmo obibu frodi emfa ne bra. Appointment committee no ese and someone Raul erezi yenyina na sabi aburu, it does not hold water. You know, yaba to agua. Wa mo hwe anim se ene 20th. Papa no ebeko piemu ewo vetting committee n'animu na nkoma wo ho nyina nso no wo mo atimi ene edina wo mo bisa na ensemo no. Me pa chaw Manase awini azure. Manase awini azure. Or say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the MPP's best bet, the party's most formidable candidate in the next election. I love this one. Yes, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the MPP's best bet, the party's most formidable candidate in the next election. And I know, sir, party for an enemy because His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the last elections I acquired, Otimi marketing ho, Nidino Eji Bebia. Every serious party will not put aside and I will not bench Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and bring a new candidate. Because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no, ya turn it dada, ama Nidia shita Bebia. And moving into the next election, no, ya probably popular. And ya turn no, a man for the minute dada, no minimum Jumadin, what Timmy dada. And then I Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is it. And the Manasi Akano and one no. And ya shani achievement as the vice president, former vice president. Abusuya ayebebe no. And you know, vice president mpo na tumi na nkura no. And what me bua ema ya achieve sa niam we nyina. Ya to amaba na wo be president dia. We hu na ye jet speed we ya wode wo my Ghana ebeko. And you know, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the NPP's best bet. Best bet, the party's most formidable candidate in the next election. Manasseh Awini Azori Asemwa. Also the Abetuga. And so Enye. Etino, Niaho, and so I don't know. Some 36 minutes gone past 7. Enter Yane, the Western Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Oketechia Mankwa Frifa. Ebedi Eye Enkomo. NPP nyame adumwa 18th to 20th July and wamade eye National Delegates Conference ebe hihye so adano ada neck ekọ asetena no wamo ede ensem bi ebe tu dwase nyame adumwa won ekọ eye National Delegate Conference no a wamo ebe debate na wama to so aba na mabobu ho na se reforms no and amendments Eko eye enkanya ene na womo e de aka constitution no enso ehom NEC ewo the sole authority to declare date, time, venue for a presidential primaries in the NPP. Et in the NEC no kwa asetena da no ada no womo se nyame ya adomu a ene 2026 31st January ena MPP ebeye presidential primaries NEC decision our de baye eno no tumi no has been vested in them say wamo ena betimi I decide no matter date and venue for the party's next presidential primaries etino wamo de abetum say nyame ya domu a ene January 31 2026 ena party enso ede presidential primaries and so ebe hihye so ye ka nyina ne se ekuaku ahodo ni nyina no a wo mo so bato mpanimfo enkron a enei wo ma yomuti ni nyina no sabe aburu boye party ba ku mumma yesre mo campaign amo ye no momma eye obuo emra mo kasa mu na ntitwitwa ne atemdidie ne saa we ni nyina no munyai Enwa bi na NDC for use ye edit a party in the last elections. And ye and somewhat will be kan ye. And somewhat Kennedy a compare kwa Japan e kan ye. Edifa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the vice president in a hono. NDC for a mounted platform bia no a. Wamo kwa kofa sa ansem ni bi ebe boso. And ye kan sa no. Na e die pa na e to nipati mu e wo mamu ase. Etiesre campaign a mo be ye no monye fact based campaign monyai atemdidie kasantwie ene allegations a mudi gu amanfo ehu fi no monyai wo candidate no ton no ne obetimi aye no ton no asa apart from that no ye nyina bibia so nto aba apart from candidate no na nisuade hunu a wode ba asa etiesre mo Mama party no mu enyo asomdwemre mu na nkamba mu na anya adwuma e party no mu wo sopa unua wodi unua tamo wotwa nto de to unua so a ye to aba ni wie de nipa ba ko na be wi ni nipa ni wi ni a na nya wo candidate a obetimi aben nipa no a wa wi ni no enna kwa akoye adwuma aboa party na na e be ye den enti dia ye sere nyina ne se momma eye atemdidie kasantwie ni saa niama ni nyina no munyi saa niama ni nyina no firi mu campaign mu. It should be issue and fact based campaign and I expect from a candidate no o ma yomuti no and the obachitafo. Apart from that no asa nothing more nothing less ya hwado no because there be a party ni nyina sisi ya no emu huru eya ma enipa bi mu ne ye Emma eja so party no mu no enere bro aha and party ni mpanimfo nso enform na yinsi famo na disciplinary action sa constitution no etintim dia to say o party ni na we ya say ye twe aso no wamo masa de no enya adwuma momo spell bia enfound ni pa we your party no mu wo sa nipa no ukokromotie ya ba ko pe ya to aba na obeto no ya ba ko pe Entino ma womo enjai enyanhwe han emma nipa bi mu ensai party no abra ma ba eye baako yesremo the leadership of the party adano adam betina aka say NPP cannot afford to lose the next general election se bebe mu a adwuma mo beye ne mprempren ana ebe kyere se enkunimdie mapa ebe kode ama NPP in the next election. Mon sanitize system no mu na munyi womu a sabia buru sabia kudonto womu ni party ni mra no so nyina no enfiri mu emfa ni pa wo ye wo go contrary to the constitution of the party a asotwe a constitution no ankasa a professor emfa ma no party fo no mpani fo no emfa ma sa dipa no na nya dusuade emfa ma afoforo aka na dede no ya doso dodo koka chika nyina no ya doso dodo yesremo baby a party no ejina no nkamba mu enahia akonya to ofie bia mu a ye pre ho na wo pre ho no hweye na wankwa ankoka ensam a ebegu nua ho fi ama ananafo no enyina sa ansam no so amfa anya campaign afantia party no yesremo akansie na mo kwa akosie enya atemdidie ena nya kasantwie ena nya nantitwitwa yesremo adwen bonefo no e wa party no mu a wa ma hya ase akeka om ho nyina no hey mo bia mra fom party ni mra omu party ni wo mra obi amra fom na asomdwie mapa enso entimi emra some for the 3 minutes gone past the hour 7 enche yene okatechi amankwa afrifa ebesim konwa na yatimi adi eye enkomo edi afa NPP 2025 National Delegates Conference no and so fa WhatsApp and a text ebra 0248071174 yeah, live on Facebook Western Diamond TV ko sisi ana like yen page na fa comment no enso eto aso fa bra na yenye branking kai wonsem ni nyina enso emfa emma yenye some messages aba be pie mu ase na yenkwa anim teacher constitution if you am so say the NDC needs to stop worrying about the MPP's internal affairs and focus on governing effectively. Their 24-hour economy policy and other initiatives are what Ghanaians are waiting to see. Too bad that governance style seems more focused on rhetorics than results. Greetings to Honorable Mavis in Kansa Buedu, Koka, GFK, and Mr. Owusu Bempa, NPP Nshiaso, Chairman Hopeful. Where do you buy? I don't know. Kwesia Samoa say, I am watching with you, my brother. Okay, thank you so much. Masawood Kumasi Bantama say, Oscar, good morning. In the run-up to the 2024 elections, we warned Ghanaians not to sell their color TV for black and white, but they did not listen. Today, the good people of Ghana are agitating and poised to campaign rigorously for the NPP to come back to power in order to transform Ghana's economy. Hashtag the battle still remains the Lord's. Regards to former KMA boss Honorable Sampine. Wano edia wade ebaye enonom. Maxwell entry say Dr. Baumia no challenge still it is possible. Wano edia wade baye enonom. Ferguson Kobe Boatin say watching you live from Akumadan. Good work done Osika. Thank you my brother. Eti no way edia Facebook wano nso no eguho. Yanko eye WhatsApp na yanko kenkan dodo no a etimi ababegu ono na yentimi enko ye animo we do the about say okay Amisco Spelele Edifica Swa Republic or say aka Dr. Baumia Beba 2028 among all the aspirants for the NPP primaries. Dr. Baumia is top notch to lead us to victory come 2028. Regards to Honorable Mavis Awakumsin, incoming NPP National Women's Organizer, and Honorable Sylvester Tete, NPP General Secretary Hopeful, Amisco Spelele, Edifica Swat, and Odiwe Ebaye. OPK, Edifri Goso, Edward Ebaye, say, regards to Mr. Mankwa Ajare Isaac, incoming NPP Bono Regional Organizer, and Mr. Kwabena Opon, incoming NPP Bono Regional Chairman. Mahama and NDC government are hypocrites with their double standards because Nana Addo and MPP government decided to implement the election of MMDCs, but they sabotaged and spoke against it. So why now? What Ghanaians need now is the 24-hour economy, 3-shift policy, which cannot be found in a 2025 budget after terminating appointment of Ghanaians whom Nana Addo and the NPP government employed. One already our the Ebaye and no. Obama edifi quota for Edodi about say, Oscar, good morning. The NDC government keeps disgracing itself in all facets of life. The latest one is the passport fee, which they claim they reduce it from 500 to 350 today. The reality is that applicants are paying 800 Ghana cedis. This is a big disgrace, and it can only come out from a shambolic government. Ghanaians will definitely bring the MPP in 2028 to take us to the promised land. Hashtag Baumiabeba 2028. One idea what the Ebaye. And so, I don't know. Yenhana, Yenyebuhana, Yantuaso, Emfa Embao. Where do you diaba? Or say, okay. Or say, Oscar, good morning. My name is Nanaya from Bono region. Indeed, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia is a force to reckon with. He stands tall among all the 8 contestants. Party delegates should do the needful come January 31, 2026. One idea what the Ebaye and so I don't know my nasi papa for a year your messenger what me ede aba yenhwena yenti we so mfiri wona fe yenti be nkwa ni Samebu achiri free asaman kese o say Oscar, good morning. This move seems to be a calculated diversion from Galamsey activities which they exploited to gain power. The declaration of assets lacks credibility. What was the outcome of the code of conduct introduced by Mahama, and how did he address Sami Jemfi and some judges' conduct? The Ghanaian youth are eagerly awaiting job opportunities. Where are the promised jobs? What is the latest development regarding LGBTQI+? Ghanaians are seeking answers. Regards to Thomas Oheneba Boachi, UK branch organizer hopeful, and Hajia Safia, NPP Next Women's organizer. Same Boachi dia wode Ebaye, and so I don't know. Same yada se papa for a year your message. Yada se pa nyame unshaw. Yenye this final one afi yanku animu. Eric Kwakubuedi Patriotic Voices Edifi Bechemo say, Oscar, good morning. Ghanaians want D-levy cancellation, not suspension. Now the NDC believes external factors can affect Ghana's economy. When the NPP were talking about the Russia-Ukraine war, what did NDC say? Propaganda that brought JDM and his NDC into power will expose them when things were getting tough. Propaganda that brought JDM and his NDC into power will expose them. Regards to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, or no idea what the Ebaye, and so I don't know. Blueprint Edifree Escaricate and also see good morning. The NPP, as a matter of one, must not do anything that will worsen our plight going into the 2028 general elections, because we must win the election by hook or crook. That is why this top-bottom approach for the internal election must be looked at. Greetings to Honorable Kennedy Japan, incoming president, and Honorable Catherine Afeku, the National Women's Organizer in waiting. Blueprint dia wono edi efri eskado ketan and so Ebaye enie. Me ba cho tie we mame me ba sisi ya.
And let me give President Mahama some credit for ESLA. ESLA made sense. ESLA had the potential to deal with it. Then you have the MPP come in, and my own dear friend Ken and the people who are running it did the crazy thing of putting ESLA where it did not belong. I don't want to go into all this, but when they did the capping and other things, and then they collateralized ESLA and all those things. And remember, we criticized them. We were extremely critical of them. Then you have a situation where the problem compounds. Even though they kept the lights on, more or less, the debt they came to meet is the debt they leave. Okay? So you have a situation where our politicians who are paid, and these are the Article 71 people, they pay themselves world-class wages. They have to solve the problems. They don't solve the problems. Unfortunately for all of us, they rather profit from the chaos, and then when they finish, they tax us again. All right? So look, at the end of the day, you heard Prof. Bokpin. Mm-hmm. Me and Prof. Bokpin, we are nerds. We like data. We analyze those things. We can speak to them for the whole day. But I'm telling you, nobody remembers what he talked about. You had Felix spend 15 minutes explaining all these things. It's your job. Nobody cares about it. When you travel to places where leaders work, you don't know where they bought the gas from or whether they are using crude oil or nuclear energy. Your lights stay on. Please, sit up, do your work. Because consistently they come at us with this and that, and then when the problem comes, they come and explain all kinds of things that we don't care about. If you are competent, solve the problem. And look, it's a bipartisan problem.
But they are entitled to take you back to the history. And for example, and as I hear it's beginning to be mentioned, I think last week, the U.S. ambassador who is leaving now had an interview with my friend Bernard, and he spoke up about the MCC, the Millennium Challenge accounts. Mm-hmm. We were going to benefit in excess of, is it 316 million US dollars in it. Mm-hmm. Then we did the first tranche, the second tranche. The NPP came in, they botched it with the PDS, meaning the problem would have been improved, would have been better off. So they must tell these stories. That's what I'm saying. And tell you why they are making
I'm telling you that we have a bipartisan problem of ineptitude. Mm. This PDS problem, I was kicked off a committee. And this is in camera. The committee sits in camera. Because I started saying, where you're going, it won't work. I ended up in court. And all kinds of things happen. My problem is, if we had competent managers, let me say this, Simpson, the problem in our energy sector will not be solved by taxes. The problem in our energy sector is a problem of incompetence and corruption. The people who run the energy sector, check, when they leave very rich.
Presently, it's a problem of money.
Presently, it is a problem of incompetence and corruption. Listen, let me make this clear. The tax looks like it is necessary because somebody has to pay that bill. I think if we had a competent government, they will structure, and we fought for deregulation, again, my own Imani. Mm. And when, people forget, but when we got deregulation in the first few months, fuel prices went down. Okay? If they did their work well, and then they taxed us, we will pay on condition that these problems will not recur and the incompetence and corruption will not continue. Because after paying, after doing ESLA, after putting all kinds of levies back and forth.
Henry Nanabuache, the national organizer, is the vice chairman for the committee. Honorable Jerry Ahmed, the second deputy whip, minority whip, is also a member of the committee. The Greater Accra Regional Chairman Divine Ogoho Utu is also a member of the committee. The Deputy General Secretary Haruna Mohammed is the secretary to the planning committee. Honorable Abna Ose Asari is also a member of the committee. The National Treasurer Dr. Charles Damana is a member of the committee. The Deputy National Organizer, Madam Safia Mohammed, is a member of the committee, and Mustafa Salam, the National Youth Organizer, or Salam Mustafa, is also a member of the planning committee. So it's a 9-member committee to see to the planning of the delegate conference that is scheduled for July 19th. Henry Nanabuache, the national organizer, is the vice chairman for the committee. Honorable Jerry Ahmed, the second deputy whip, minority whip, is also a member of the committee. The Greater Accra Regional Chairman Divine Ogoho Utu is also a member of the committee. The Deputy General Secretary Haruna Mohammed is the secretary to the planning committee. Honorable Abna Ose Asari is also a member of the committee. The National Treasurer Dr. Charles Damana is a member of the committee. The Deputy National Organizer, Madam Safia Mohammed, is a member of the committee, and Mustafa Salam, the national youth organizer, or Salam Mustafa, is also a member of the planning committee. So it's a 9-member committee to see to the planning of the delegate conference that is scheduled for July 19th. Henry Nanabuache, the national organizer, is the vice chairman for the committee. Honorable Jerry Ahmed, the second deputy whip, minority whip, is also a member of the committee. The Greater Accra Regional Chairman Divine Ogobo Utu is also a member of the committee. The Deputy General Secretary Haruna Mohammed is the secretary to the planning committee. Honorable Abna Ose Asari is also a member of the committee. The National Treasurer, Dr. Charles Damana, is a member of the committee. The Deputy National Organizer, Madam Safia Mohammed, is a member of the committee. And Mustafa Salam, the National Youth Organizer, or Salam Mustafa, is also a member of the planning committee. So it's a 9-member committee to see to the planning of the delegate conference that is scheduled for July 19th. Executive Committee and the National Council also received report from the Amendment Committee chaired by Mr. Frank Davis, or lawyer Frank Davis. And in the words of the committee, they received over 300 proposals from the rank and file sympathizers of our party. And they briefed NEC and National Council on where they've gotten to and the key areas that the National Council had to take a decision on. With respect to the call for expansion of our electoral college, indeed the committee spoke about it. And again, that decision as to the number of expansion or the expansion level will be determined at the delegate conference scheduled to take place in July. The committee also spoke about the time for our presidential primaries. And again, the committee agreed that that decision does not warrant amendment of our constitution. But in light with the spirit and letter of Article 13 of the MPP constitution, that power is closed with National Council to make that decision.
And now I have Western Diamond Television, Woon to Me Radio, and our face, you know, Western in the morning, Juba DA, so NDA. And okay, we'll be having a conversation with the Western Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Now, I'm commanding by Basso, but messages, you know, Bana Eba, Yajabra, Becken, Kabi, the amount.
Are you ready to wave your flags? Are you ready?
And to the Yanya, this first one from a year. Baumiaba Kwame Yabua or the free quota for Edward the buy or say the top-down approach is the best for the party to at least de-escalate the tensions rising in NPP. So every NPP member must support it. All those chastising the National Council's decision must immediately stop. Already our the buyer, I don't know. We free a teacher Kujo or the free Tepa and you know Susu and or the way a buyer. Or see, we all pray for the best for Mother Ghana, but the truth must be told all the time. God does not like lies. Since when did President Mahama realize that Ghana is not immune to global shocks? COVID-19 was a global shock and a world pandemic. No amount of explanation given to the NDC was amount of explanation given to the NDC was understood. They were hungry for power and that blindfolded them. You can't build a nation with hatred and hypocrisy. Already, I want to buy. I don't know. We was over 60 NPP MPs have declared their support for Bawumia to become the flag bearer. That is a good sign. Dr. Bawumia is the only hope for Ghana today. With bold ideas to transform the country to compete with the rest of the world, digitalization is the only way forward for our future. Manual labor is gradually fading away. Most factories use robots today, and only a few people work in factories. Most businesses are online today. Greetings to Justin Frimpong Kodua, Chairman Odinhu Kwakwapia, and Mr. Owusu Bempa, the Inshiayaso constituency chairman hopeful. Wano edia ode ebaye and so anyway, FM free bantama way free. Masawood Kumasi Bantama say in the run-up to the 2024 elections, we warned Ghanaians not to sell their color TV for black and white, but they did not listen. Today, the good people of Ghana are agitating and poised to campaign rigorously for the NPP to come back to power in order to transform Ghana's economy. Sami Buachi di odi fra asaba kesi aba ena no pay any. Say the NPP's potential return to power in the next election is predictable or prededicated on our ability to eradicate apathy and arrogance. Our flag bearer will undoubtedly secure victory in the 2028 election. Moreover, I have been informed of a decline in fuel prices, which benefits us all. Nonetheless, we are warning this government-led Mahama against invoking the Israel conflict as a justification for the economic difficulty. Instead, they should focus on addressing the 14.7% increase in electricity bills and the persistently high inflation rate of food items. Already, I would buy and so I don't know. Yeah, that's a papa for a year. This one. Obama difficulty for say Oscar. Good morning. The NDC government keeps disgracing themselves in all facets of life. The latest one is the passport fee, which they claim they reduce it from 500 to 350 today. The reality is that applicants are paying 800 Ghana cedis. This is a big disgrace, and it can only come out from a shambolic government. Ghanaians will definitely bring the NPP in 2028 to take us to the promised land. Already, I want to buy and so I don't know my nasi papa. We are more for the teacher constitution. The NDC needs to stop worrying about the NPP's internal affairs and focus on government governing effectively. Their 24-hour economy policy and other initiatives are what Ghanaians are waiting to see. Too bad their governance style seems more focused on rhetoric than results. Your message. This one where you say a very good morning to you, Osikani. Please kindly send my greetings to NPP, Yas Antoa, and the incoming National Women's Organizer Hopeful, Honorable Catherine Afeku. I am Samuel Jomo watching you live from Axim. Capito anyway free go so menshia and what they abba and opeo say there is no other government that can compare or that can be compared to NPP in terms of good policies and developmental projects. But we should learn something when, by the grace of God, we come to power again. Regards to Honorable Mavis Awakumsin, incoming NPP National Women's Organizer Hopeful, and Nyan Techi Kofi Prince, a.k.a. Wapemsua, incoming half regional organizer Hopeful for the new Patriotic Party. Wano edia wade ebaye, so I don't know this final one nafi young coast Dubina yene yera OKT eni eye enkomo Baumeba Kwame Yaboa anyway about say the over 60 MPP MPs declaring their support for Bawumia shows how the NPP party is rallying behind the candidacy of Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia in 2028 strongly. It is better you join the winning team now than it become late. Wano enso edia wode ebaye I don't know.
Executive Committee and the National Council also received report from the Amendment Committee chaired by Mr. Frank Davis or Lawyer Frank Davis. And in the words of the committee, they received over 300 proposals from the rank and file sympathizers of our party. And they briefed NEC and National Council on where they've gotten to and the key areas that the National Council had to take a decision on. With respect to the call for expansion of our electoral college, indeed the committee spoke about it. And again, that decision as to the number of expansion or the expansion level will be determined at the delegate conference scheduled to take place in July. The committee...
It's exactly 8 minutes gone past 8. Here can say the Western Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Yera Okatechia Mankwefrifa, OKT, Eufihasi. That anopema minika nchi ya wapombo kwa dia. Nice one. Ya kwa tu abadu abai hado. Ya tu abai no. Ye hunu ubie mu ye.
Ya tu abai me ma.
Aha, umba haye. Ya funsu ni yedi nkomo.
Oh, okay, MC yedi nkomo ofunso twice.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
That way they be chair ashofo yira.
Very well. The edi kai no. Meme dia metete. Metete sa party fo ni bi wo region no mu a womo ese womu nyayanka party no ebie akwanya tumu a yema wonko onopose ewo adwumaden ene mmode no bo a o tena in eye office no utimi eye de bo a eye party no mete ye no manage ho because I've been monitoring you for a long time from afar. Dia wo ye nyina no oketi me hunu and me nya kwanya me ba me bo abaso enti me te sa de nam so and yes ade de chart na to chart na to based on ahofama adwumaden ne modern bo a waye e wo party no mu in the region 7 as a year yen secretary minim de obeka fa ho de
I'm say baby campaign do bi odi bibia mema delegates at say ye mu bi no mem say yen so sa na nyame boy yakopon boy yen say yen beso.
That's right.
Nti yen fa akwanya bia nyame de man bia ye fendi agro enti me de me hunu se som ena ye ba ebesom ye ezazo Osika se because bibie enyemema the challenges of the work no sempi ba nyakopon ma ahoden eni nyansa ɛna yɛtumi yɛde ayɛ adwuma bɛpem saa time yi.
That's right.
Nyame anim ne ɔno pose deɛ why na mpɛ. Mempai boa no no sɛ betumi aba ne saa. But obi a meji democracy di na wa wonim MPP so deɛ yɛ democratic ɛsɛ bibia ɛsɛ kɔma a yɛbɛdi boy because of how democratic we are.
That's right.
Enti untumi enka sɛ memo obi mba. But mempai bo kesia no asofo a minimum na omo a minimum nyina omo bo mpae a ebi kan no mempai bo kesia me sera de ne se nka binyo no posa nka bepe na ebe ya metumi asan asom region no ebiom na yetumi efitu na yakoye 13 na ye wono say 4 koye wo first step nti ye ba na ye 9 na Fofia Antuata Tunami ya 2 ye eje emu 7 ema ye seat no akatu but me worry shem say the experience na ye wono any ni ayebenya edi aka ho na say so ye wo position some of the challenges automatically your position most of the challenges and it is gone automatically because we are in opposition no you bet me aboa na nka ye 13 no ya sign agi obi bia nim say ye gia ebeye obi bia nim and matna ho as administrator ama 7 efi yensa no menim ne say ye ya ye besan agi the back into media mempai bon no for now because say I mean to Frimpong say na ochna na yeba abeto regional elections into me but Osika mempai bo pa esa say election ko de obi anim say ayada ewodi
that's right you know yeah me declare me support the man dada. Yes, me declare me support the man dada. One more mutie me, one more hwe me nyina enim se me eba no eye oketi asemo dia. Me dia me fa ni agro. Yes, juma no a wo ye no ene dia waye nyina na ye hunu. Enti no me declare me support the man dada. Yes, rese party for no so entie me ye ka no. Na wo mu appreciate adwuma den a obaye waye ne mbode no ba wabode aboa party no. Na the next election no se nye on oppose mpa okwa omuntu abade bawo na esanso esum party ni bi mo region mo
and Osikani can decide one of the advantages of the so-called top to bottom now omode abad because say you know if say top to bottom na ebeye ejuma just say you are going to account to omona omoto aba edo ba ye na oni omoye ejuma no.
That's right.
But just what you said, top to bottom, bro. That is one of the advantages of the top to bottom. Because college now, a ye wono, only be juma, sumo mono, or more na, or more babe delegates. I'm a work official. It is a 1 year juma ye, 1 year juma man so many, ubu many tia, 1 February more, and yeah. Wow,
that's right.
I see. It's you're one of the positives of the top to bottom year kado.
Okay. Adano ada nek ko nhyiamu no wo de betu mu se nyame ya adomu a presidential primaries no yen hold no on January 31 2026. That wadaroma ebetu odwa no amanfo ahyase ebisa nsemo especially with regards to the top to bottom approach no a party no epese wo mo ede eba no top to bottom no emu entiremu pa tu wo mo fom ho no eye de we ya
yo Osikani dase minche ahwefo so ebiom medwa top to bottom ade enya de foforo party.
Okay.
Say amount for Ebekaya, ye call court after the 2012 election, election petition, no, ye re no, and the late Jacob Chebilamte, edibetu just say inkebeya inka yan konesa na yemfa share party because that is the best way to go in the party management. That was after the election petition, which was in September. It was August. Your friends 2013.
Yeah.
So now one na o share a yaudie na wom na disappointment. This say the disappointment was system and the thing so na your constitution ya di edwume na ya try no for only one term.
Okay.
So inti ama for I am Brazil ye at that time. And I say there Osha Oscar ya call abatoi sanya ye din kugwe e ya odini ebufu aba system no obi e kanede ena ni nyina so gira sanya ye police station election no yesi ya no so enti police station mafia na ya ye ye skill towards some people no ebe den and if you so says ye bi na ye ken say ye ka say ye kwone dada assuming say me ko supervise election or constituency bi minimum fufo a ewom minimum mo a nyame ya adom na so mo wini a ombeto aba e de ama me na obi raise petition e de mo a so wa would in politics there ye to be bu anigu enema bi so ba bia na petition no so ye worthy utie ebeko ye di ama party no but because say unim say osibesi ba obeto aba ama onti no ye wadamfo ne na ye adwuma wohu ebi mpo a obo an kakra wa ni election na okọ no ubetumi akase ye yin fim it is not proper.
Yeah.
Wohu it is top to down no ne aka ne say esro yantumwie now we are our supervisors here. Intia no sa mafia ya workers of the party any mafia sem na wom no emfi ho ye human institution emfi ho kra but at least ebe brasse so and then so Oscar say top to bottom na eba be ye adwuma ye remember president so ye January na ibia impedifo ni nyina gina 19 July delegates conference because conference is the highest body of the party,
right?
So amujutum it be a January ye presidential now by March ye better national national we baba ba account to ye omuni ye juma, which personally I think is a good thing. So ye national for na beba no. And so eno ya fan say eno ya march ibia by May ending June ye be region ye region ya fan say July August ye be constituency then constituency and so area be October November ye by December there na bia ya police station Bibia area.
Okay.
Now your police station now by December. After 2 years I kwakoto aba. One, over to me aye juma. And they are mobilized for the party. And two, over who so saw your party worker. Oh, who saw your delegate. Because you realize you be a baby abio.
That's right.
These are the next 4 years. So who inti no ye mubinum ye feel say top to bottom ne ye me godfather baako any the late Jacob Bilamte it this top to bottom me sheda bisa na nsempia at that time and I think it is the best for the party and if you share my kokwe report no mun sensem ni bia this top to bottom no ebema enyeme bi akofem kakra ye workers ye party we all know what goes on.
Yeah.
It this stop to but mesre say party phone nyina yentia say ye ni pay ade ye shut down pay change obia you very comfortable with the comfort zone make I the constitution you use to say yes effect I'm say 2009 unima first no nanka only police station chairman and then no obehwe na no their campaign e wo pa na sa time po na police stations po na endorse to say dia say police stations endorse no enti police station chairman obi to be kokapo obo be 1 week 3 days so omumra na omo beto aba ebo omo ye lose 2008 election and na ti say ya obi aka na so na say that ya keka ya na ye de your current constitution yi ebaye no ya de baya omo introduce first na even constituency in our region pool executives they were just 10
yes
one appointee there was no Nasara there was Nasara but not Nasara ni deputy eno po appointment and sana Jombo Dunum amendment of your friends 2017 the Nasara deputy Nasara wing now first we elect without Nasara up to youth organizer no more appointing financial secretary now 10 so you move ye de Nasara ebaye Nasara never yempono. Now there were no deputies.
Yes.
Because at the time, stand the election. Now there were no deputies. That's 2009. Me ba first as regional state secretary. Now there were no deputies. So then we did the 2017 amendment. Had the other Nasara wing and ye did also it will share. Baby, yes, the major amendment came in after the 2008 defeat.
Yeah.
And yes, slight additions in 2017. And I say saying, I mean, Doma, 19th July, your conference, there has been some proposals. Amendment committee na kikabomu enti omo de be call into motions. Say ye jituma ebeba ababe yejuma. So wo enti basre ye lusu party ya lusu election otrawo eye assessment. No wa hwe ni esi ye ene nia ebeboa. E be ti say sa top to bottom me ebe reduce ebufo ni etimi ni macau na ewom no nti ebe srama for say ye nyina ye hwe the positives bibia wo wiase me ha bia ewo the positives and negatives. Look at super delegates 2009 ye lose 2008 ni we ya amendment no and ye di super delegates ebe shemu because 2007 in penny 417 and a year muti so mo person mo call your friend is saying a flag bearer 17 and at that time no so sika to say ya ka amendment na that time constituency bia di nipa tempe and a kokoyi flag bearer then nipa tempe executives 6 and a non-executives 4 no selection that was our constitution at that time.
Yeah. And you know I say you get ya go jina da bika say akronfo you can say do so e kwa ko ikrofo tachi aba akro.
So and that time no electoral college no ye 10 per a year friend say constituency 6 executives 4 non-executives. There no crown no the selection you can imagine at that time.
Yes.
But omudi ejuma but you lose 2008 almost there be my police station election police station officers na 5 no obia metu bia yes election bia bio we did the expansion and now you lose ye what are people saying yes expanding bio so even to the extent of amount forecast no one man one vote one man one vote be ye obi okita MPP card bia e betumi ato aba
na me pa cho no so was it considered in a year proposal?
Yes, a binum proposals na ewom ba committee no etra ase no per omo reporter omo present it to National Council no ne omo kan say party no say baby a ye gina no any the financial constraints because one man one voter it means that we need to activate all the 43,000 police stations.
That's right,
because bio kita MPP card bia obetumi akwakoto aba and no over 43,000 police that you know you can imagine yes the officers how be use omo allowance the constraints of the party who share baby a yegina na yen to be in corners and they feel so no say no yeah party card issue ne adeno and also share that ento ye into yen train and no so kakra na yehu niema ye be hia no ne be ya adaachi ye betumi akọ one man one vote because tisani amike hwe be bia ye firo party chairman for police station chairman for ekokoba selection of 10 people per constituency and about all police station executives and all executives and you use to look at super delegates definitely per omo report no omo the proposal ko say super delegates e hu hia
yes scrapple
and I know our report no definitely there will be a motion on that for our conference and now almost say ebaya sadia yemfa former MMDCs former ministers and deputy ministers former members of parliament and your friend is a former constituency executive officers and a former regional executive officers and become and no a substantial number and as uncle for ya so you momu around it no become one a baby presidential your friends say electoral college no mu kakra to send your man for hwehwe no nti yanje enu tum na fi so no every polling station instead of 5 no 7 you have 2 count and 7 na fi so electoral area coordinator system na ye was sia no yen electoral area executives and also and 5 it was all share nyama ken nyina e be pagya presidential any parliamentary electoral college no emupa enti we ye motions are minim se amount for you be move ye gidi say be conference and so I see. This is per the report of the amendment committee na Omodeto National Council polling station is being increased to 7 electoral area coordinator and an electoral area executive of 5 and a fee so former constituency executives, former regional executives, former MMDCs, former ministers, and former deputy ministers, and so Ebeba Abe Kaho. And I think there was also the proposal of all council of elders and all patrons, so the various constituency and region, and they feel so executive also omoye pijem kakrebefi 17 ako 20. They are recommended say research and electoral affairs officer no yenchim na yenya research officer yenya elections officer na nipa ba kuna oye mienu no na efi so yempe every constituency na region enya appointed a legal officer into legal officer ebeba be kan na yensan so appointed a coordinator and an officer in charge of PWDs and no beka 17 na ye was say no one ebe 20
very well
and these are motions are minim say be ye amendment no ebe fa ho na say conference ejituma na yetumi edi ayedwuma it say you better be akọ Fabera 31st no
answer ebe koso no we were told say and clearly what boss said some portfolios in the party first and now by appointment and they brubru ho say conference tumu a be no elected wadaroma communication department election and research we see a team election ejina faako and research so ejina faako and the legal we so about
the county the PWD so
about the county wadaroma sa positions na emre bi abesene kro no na ye no by appointment na ene ye no by elections no it will say ebeboa party no
no, I don't know where it is coming from because a report amendment committee did the buyer. They didn't talk of electing the appointees.
Okay.
Apart from 7 police station will be elected.
Okay.
Electoral area executives also will be elected.
Okay.
But over appointees 7 now your region. Any your friend is saying constituencies now say about 10 enti mementi I said they say about 10 elected 10 appointed.
Okay.
Meanwhile election yenim senya ye city election normally don't choose the best person ibia wawunim obia owo obi bese in court owo edimonyam ni nsemu ye ne ho efe people look at a lot of things to vote ibia no ekoyi obia ejuma rampo ne ye no ewo ne city nti media to me we should maintain the status quo 10 no to swaba then the others should still be appointed.
Okay.
Because look at your region, our Western region, for instance. If Okaso Bibia elected, now I hear careful, Ube to make a fall from the same zone. Then how do you work?
Okay.
So until you just have to select people so that you cover all the zones of our region. Your region have, for instance, effectively, there were 5 zones. So Takwa, Prisel, Valley, and the 3 are Memphis. 1.
Okay.
You were in Zima. You were a Hunter West, in Poho, Shama, Wasa East, and so 1.
Okay.
And Sadawaba Metro. So I make out as
that's right.
Which is in 4.
Yeah.
So I make out as if you are working with this, you should make sure say these zones are represented in the executive team. It goes a long way to help because be a nipa no otewo nipa ni fi ho into oba meeting in sama ekokwo so wo ho no obetumi di aba nti ansa na bi eja bi e wo ho ebedere no na what as an executive dada na ma brainers.
Okay.
So that is the reason why into appointment and look at BB to say communication, research, election. Say me, I think that we should make sure that position goes to a former executive. Obi a year election, one manage election that to say be a former secretary, a former organizer, a former women organizer, a former youth organizer, a former chairman, so be player, and a former first or second. Obi a why you praise be that any elections in your day, famano. So you him say research is saying you be na. What that intellect or be research.
That's right.
Well, into Baba no vote here, no be na ho offend sebio, ni seme ye kakra no abeje fie djuma no ntumi ye. Communication say unim say it is a passion.
Yeah.
Into when you be okita that passion, or take communication the djuma na say he will give problems to the whole setup.
Yes.
So I think that we should say per the proposal and 10 appointees, 10 elected. I think say I know the year, but the motions never but 19 July their conference ebeka and
many a year communication directors ni be edin koma. One so challenge back when they say book your frame meeting ponona Say womo chiro madwea etoda yetimi chiom say
we
appointee kan no tum
me ya kan bi kire me time am ya complications I
see
me ya kan bi kire because I be committee I be to be come ado tum ti ya tell me several times so we appointee ta ho
okay ti wadaroma sa ade no anka ye to eye communication no so aba senka eno nso no ebe ma oma kwenya na oma expression mo bia na omo views no mo de beba no kura no ebe boa ma constituency na regional party no etimi agina na naiso
bra if you have a good chairman and a good secretary so dey we ni quite say
okay because
you appoint your constitution no ma you to abamama you have 14 days to appoint the appointees immediately you appoint them, they become substantive regional officers, and they should be treated as such. Me patcho said I make out here say.
Very well.
So unim say unti ni panasama, man fa no meka ho. So
yes.
Every good chairman and a good secretary will not allow that to happen. It's unfortunate. I idea is see because obi o feel threatened with even nipana ya appointed no no correct ebia nipa na ya appointed no so ebia okọ contest ni obi mpo but enam say omunim omunyina wini ye ni nyina nim say sa akwa we dey ne skill any inti ya demand na obetumi aye adwuma ni ye for the betterment of the party inti na omo appointed no inti you can imagine ye nipa inti bia nipa na da oba ye no say oyobi okọ election a nipa ne no contest ye no e be check Accra sa na mate omo ho ase you know inti sometimes ebinum decide impo say obi okọ election bia ye appointed no eno ye omo aye election omo no emra omo be she for the appointment so omo ka say bia obi a o contest ye bia ye troubles yeah appointee obia so inti eno no your first rule and they be a second rule you better say oh yeah ba ye ti say make ye zone ni yeah ba ye sa zone modos dodo enti appointment name some de ba no mama mu yi obia anfi sa zone and also yeah rules because before I obey appointment you know and some more obey appointment mo set rules yeah there for instance say make I say yes you can so be okọ election be am appointment no
okay
because now we share the elections no call ya oju obi ba be shema na just say be a wo person fuel entokwa and ye wie ye no and ye share ye nti ye ma mo ya aware say mo mobile appointable deputies any near keke ka ho no mu say sa zone fu edoso enti yempo bia wa ha sa zone ye betumi nya ba akwa aka ho sa zone ye omo ndoso enti ye betumi nya miensa sa zone nso ye betumi ya chene sa ene ye san show omo say o ba no fe di miensa bra
okay
into body miensa na ye discuss ya then nia amanfo nyina beje atum no no majatum ebenum didin too ene ba ye but edi no omo hwe na ye choose ya ye wo team a ye di ye adwuma say it depends on the team but so biatia say your constitution no immediately you appoint the person becomes part of you
yeah
it is all in ye jo as your colleague regional officer so because Osikani election no oye dey you post to know your organogram no ewo aha so who share party organogram na ewo it told to me can say e bia oye communications officer ye elect o it only secretary ye pe there be say ya kwa ye to aba ye to chairman so aba ye to first vice so aba ye to second vice ye to secretary but there's so where to say be ye secretary ma ka say be chairman ye pe what the hell and then so what would they the same way organizer bia to me ka so the secretary ye pe treasurer bia to me ka so the secretary ye pe o sure organogram we work together. And everybody work and also it works towards the secretary to the chairman.
That's right.
So what would the reality? It just say you respect this not just out to youth organizers so yet to Abama minty many secretary yepe and I mean me chairman yepe because ye to Abama ye friends say me ya vote to bossy chairman it about for paper some say chairman it just say many chairman yepe what be that it mess say appointment yanti at the frontier see any appointment last
okay.
Well, because you name election, deba.
Yeah.
Election, na manasa castle. Say no, this time you're showing to a fabera abanayan training terminal. So, because say okasa all share calculation. Yeah, 4 year term.
Yes.
Yeah. But ya to a barrier defeat. It be a conference. Ebe to me a jia to mark say. Term no ye pay any man term because constitution say ye flag bearer within 24 months in opposition. So it means that we have up to the 6th of December 2026 to elect our flag bearer. Into wow send ye kosi. Yeah, to money, yeah, who left a real scar. Yeah, we've been more. Omo MPP snake, yeah, party workers.
Yes.
Say, I mean, you can say, Mema, me beat, seriously, because that Empire Boy MPP, Nigerian MPP, and from all whom in MPP. But on your party worker until who, or one pie my party, no, the Yemen is said, or to say, yeah, to money, and one, now I done as a for. Yeah. So who say a cassa ye qua say you bet to me at now from now till 6 December. And sign ye could a flag bearer. You be near a party the war. You be near Quasi. You know, I sometimes I say a thing, yeah, maybe I say at the National Council. Sign your man, PP. You face facts. We are a human institution. I am face facts. Look at the state of the party. Yeah. And why it is a flag bearer we will choose.
Yes.
So flag bearer because party person party now to be sorry no bam. Yeah. This is na mobiso. And yes, the way mania ya to money ya na o the ye 31st January na be hu say ansha elections are ye be kompo obi ampo nti say ye election but opa yan ka say ye election say ya e be ye flag bearers the way campaign near keke you know ye Democratic Party I see a tier once so I see a tier once see a Democratic Party Inti kebima min kebino ya jitum ya nti se binuma omu yi one person ape na edem we know ya nwa no NDC for minim sa fe no omu ba be ye democratic election dey yi omu leader there we all know how Chairman Rawlings became President Rawlings Owie Yeswedru declaration of course saw the late your first Atamils ensa or no ebe ye omu leader
so
Ganya na guzitando no ne ade yira atwe omo say so omo back also 24-hour economy so I see a whole history say MPP are different. Look at 1996 the Sunyani conference Akufo-Addo versus Kufuor
yes
na ye better so who it's MPP no ye Democratic Party every time ye do a ye kire ye shebre. Look at 2017 okay. And they qualified. Yeah. And this super delegate, I say you was a super delegate and that is the reason why we have a constitution.
Okay.
Wow, yes, sir. Because you know, you say, you're far better and Tema. Party no. Ebekwa koda baby a efi 2 years poma supo enye because it's only me ya the media for asema ba I say ye hwe kane match NDC no na ye ka MPP for asem na NDC de ani nyina ayira but NDC na say ya match omo ya ni enim eniama pa ye jama o my Ghana. Into how are they managing the country? Fine, yes, dollar call a firm any ade amount for both senior adbania masonti.
Yes.
So who? Omo buy on budget omo reading time by March.
Yeah. 11th.
Now to me read budget 11th of March. Now by middle of April, now dollar coffee was on what with that. How can you in some say na say you trigger na for dream just to say in your mapana ye na ye jai na nunti na ama when more enjoy.
Yes.
So that make out as you ye jai ni na to media for so the minim so munim say Ghana for MPP at 70 and ye call national council obeka say ye press retreat the cameras akese na ye microphones and minim say some of the stations on be interviews say ade omo ye on be to be amakwa to even 2 months.
Yeah.
So what would the identity? It's a young chances, I say. Yan shani ye fabera na ye focus. Ya de 2028 election there. No dear. Some for.
Okay.
We are not in normal times. You say your opposition. And our opposition send all the amendments that we've done to our constitution came about from defeat.
Mm-hmm.
So until we should try this one. The Article 31 a man national council to me say obe fixing date for our flag bearer election. Whatever date they will fix, send your constitution now or more constitution stress or mobile form electoral college or more at the time, they will go and vote.
Yeah.
So now it means that the current electoral college, so if Obi talk, I say it is skewed towards some people. I mean, I don't see who it is skewed towards, because the current electoral college, so we know what we want.
Yeah.
So I make out I say, I see a nyabutre. Want to make us all study election, also being your campaign. Now you know. The date has come. Constitution they say CAPA 6 months time. General Secretary so baby nomination 31st July. That's a 6 months to the 31st January on court to say be all the MPP so they in charge. Say you share dates, Yours is to campaign to the delegates now. Omo baba to abano. Oka wasem etro mo. Yenim your party will be anchored just MPP for. Yenim what we want. Yeah. So I make out I say, whatever conference will say. Share data me personally tell you. If Obi feels say from now or from 19th July up to 31st January, you bet to me internal elections if we want to. You just send a motion to the General Secretary. I think the Constitution gives way for 2 weeks to the time. And this amendment, you are just tendering in a motion for, you can say, he said, but internal election before 31st January. Oh, the corners of conference need to ma. Party workers and a crash program. Yeah. But also, Obibeka say almost 4 years and so yeah. That is a different discussion. But conference, me 4 years, me pese ya debate because conference the better.
Yeah.
So when you co-election, you lose, you prepare for another election. It's a year na you be term. No be say your officers impose say am boy break your person mo clear ye na obey 4 years Oscar yanti ade na ye no ase obetina impenifo bi ka me hu say ohwe social media ye impenifo yi bi obi akofa your constitution for 96 so say 94 baby say we had a similar situation na National Council at that time was supposed to seek conference approval for a date. International say no, that constitution let's say National Council and conference with their dates. Conference is 2 months. But from that time, amendments to the constitution.
Yeah.
And I say the constitution now say the National Council Article 31. So National Council has the right to choose a date and venue.
Yeah.
So Ukofa 94 and 96 constitutional party the use. I'm not saying 2025.
Yeah.
Aya party aya sometimes penifoni bi aya omunya abutre kakra. Na yeah banon so no we should understand because the party will definitely be for us. Ya papa do boy he nom da rocha nom ne ade where are they ebi na make me godfather Jake top to down approach it was recommended by the late Jacob Echebilamte after the election petition. And you bia na de buy and you say no say the real baby a party na do. That is the way to go. And to say me many I am there were top to bottom no because now if the conference you choose say young connoisseur, you are going to account to the people that you've served.
Yeah.
And I think that is good. It's better than kwakoye election that for abem any other for the abekebia ampo ye o the fa baby are now why normal be experienced people and hard working party workers or maybe you omofim na fi nyama enkoye there be if ujitum say nipa no no we adwuma nyame anim ni osimesi dem mpenasem but na adwuma ne de oyeye. I hope you get on probably who does once you are not there.
Yeah.
So and it's mafia na was system no bra. Yenim Timing you are no police station for mama you're worried. You are party workers. Time bia ya beka say ye police station bia no. Ye nyina yanchitum. In democracy, majority carries the vote.
That is it.
If you were inside the room at National Council, ububefu weni so beji because who say we are running a democratic party that you be adia. Obia chanajwe, but it is the majority. Yeah, beko conference, the majority the beka the debate. So so propose as a for chotropi and no makika boom no mo yi no ne ebeboa. Inti omo de go into motions na omo ka ebi aye ka say super delegate yin fi we na conference see there be mamu yin fi wa who can take it out obi ani fi yeah TNT say democracy there you have your mind but if majority ne won ya adwen you can't get it.
Okay, and 31st January 2026 date for the party's presidential primaries NEC Agiatum. I'm already about out.
National Council
Agiatum. It's when the conference as
Debbie and conference.
Constitution, a mom said to me.
Yes.
Okay. What that room
by your conference, so be the motion call.
Okay.
Say you're starting for police station. You're far to send your na
conference.
And that conference YouTuber and I make a majority as
I see.
No, dear, obey any day. But so be switch to so you try from down from top to bottom now. And also near share however boa party no. A boa party na yenda. Oba share that be na generation be so abom person ya amendment na be to say ya. It wasn't like this.
Yeah.
First no in campaign. Because the number was small. Yes, there been a increase in kakaka. Say what is on the plate for the future. That is one man, one vote.
Yes.
And he says the next general secretary, JFK is preparing the way near the near Kikakao. But the next national executive and the next executive, say your Masudi say that should be to be called one man, one vote. A party card issuance, any member in good standing, we have to define it very well. And you say ni here because me feels after conference, if general secretary can come with ideas, I know for our membership cards and a membership drive because they say your opposition. As our man for starting church or modules. In Tibia in Takoradi say the short code eto no bia we party ni mapabiano. You pay your dues with your name or your ID card number through the short code. Na ye koye nim ne be ya party no emu be ye hye na yesi akọ minim say nche general secretary will do that, but we need to have a solid foundation for our membership drive with our membership card and sana ya hwe one man one vote.
Very well. Abusia yene the Western Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party yera okatechia manko afrifa ena yene na edi eye enkomo ewufi ase no ye messages kakra na fe ya ban ya ba preparations regional year for the national delegates conference about so 19th of July 2026 year Joe Boy said, my warm greetings to my boss and father, my everything. Okatachie amankwa efrifa. Yo boy dia ono edebaye so eni yenye bakwa ase na fi yensanso entwaso. Radio dia bani o say your friend Same or the efie kuma news site aka Dr. Baumia Beba 2028 or say whether top down or bottom up approach, Dr. Baumia will still win the NPP primaries and lead us to victory in 2028. It is indeed possible. Wano edia wade ebaye enso eno ebeye messages ni bi enso aka ho. But okay ti yenhwe preparation so far there because letter eka eye proposals in circulation ho ebaye no na general secretary the regional and the constituency secretariat and fan to am so say proposals e be circulate na party ni bia so ehunu de ewomu ansa na conference time and so etimi aso in Western region ahoboa no etise
matters proposal osha yes, I can soft copy, and I have circulated it to all my constituency secretaries and the constituency chairman in soft copy. Say omo printed from national nearby. Next week, ya free regional executive committee meeting. Ya beshena ya discuss na mesre say. My secretaries and my chairman for no mama fanta you can call your constituency executive committee meetings na mo go through then next week chairman for the secretary for mo ba regional executive committee na constituency bia the suggestions so that we can put it together as a regional motion. Now you are presenting at the Akoma General Secretary. Okay. Because per the constitution, within 14 days to time there, I don't think General Secretary Obeji motions because already our amendment motions to deal with. Yeah. If Obi motion it should go before 2 weeks to the time. That is the reason why next week you be free regional executive committee meeting. Na constituencies so my dream no more there. But normally constituency secretary social constitution they are not part of regional executive committee meeting. But because of this one, any or more constituency reports near the expanded one, then we invite them. It happens sometimes depending on the agenda. Sometimes to me the organizers no account chairman for more mobile. Into this one, the secretaries will come with their chairman. Then we will discuss it. And definitely it is on the 18th to the 20th, which means that there will be transport to pick delegates to University of Ghana Sports Stadium. But as you are aware, planning committee now they have now been constituted.
That's right.
Into almost ever constitute transport, accommodation, feeding committees, subcommittees. Into Bibia Senya, they all know me. As for information dissemination, there you almost say they will hear it.
Very well, very well. Where the minim say ubetimi achira wadwen afa ho dia Enipa enkron na ehun so matwe mutia wo mo pese
nipa wotwe
enwotwe
okay wo nkron no why na ka
me pa cho mo fa ye we no pictures ne to so ma me na
enkron momo de ye nkron
ye de ne ye nkron ye de ne
mo ye why na ka wo na ye nkron
me be yi ni nyina aba
because they be be kaya bi ja wotwe
okay ye de enkron na enie engineer kwabna je Japan
yes
afi yera Brian Champon
yes
Honorable Patrick Yabuama
yes
Honorable Adenimo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dr. Mahmoud.
Okay. Honorable Adenimo, you be Chrome from MP.
Oh, I see.
Teachers or babium.
Yes.
Okay. And I am Chrome.
And Chrome. No, I don't know.
That be dim so no ba. I was starting bubo di bubo chaso.
And I hono Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, you're about Japon, Kennedy Akompreko Japan, Dr. Osaya Weduchumena fi Honorable Jogati. And Chrome.
Sure.
Good. Wada Roma. Where dear ubetimi akyere wadwen afa ho open so a obeji ama na sense hwa empanimfo yi a wo matwe omuti adano adana mpanimfo bi ka se ne obetimi agye tumi ade ama party no eye Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia esan se one oye marketable amanfo no ennim ne de daada entino se ye move into a crucial election and sese yesisa candidate ekofa obi a afiance ye beton no ede no aba na emom no de ya ton de da amanfo ahunu no na adwuma ye as the vice president no nso no ye hunu adwuma ne mmode no ba wo yeye wada roma wo penimfo nkron hwan pa na emprempren ususu se delegate fo no eye na domo a obetimi a really power at the ama party no. Until I'm big I say, Opa, Ubeyano,
baby, a party worker, majority, baby, a majority no be kono, and your baby no, you better they assume. But Osha, I think Omuina no. I'm for the more into baby a majority no be kono, and do that, you better that, yes, so you have one year pia. Because media near here make a say Osikani, this MPP baby.
Okay.
Because MPP approval trigger for say, yay. Ena ye wo adwempa ena enim Ghana e manage obi be kasa on tiase ye nnuanu me wo so say this so mo lead Ghana che but they don't even have any social intervention program omuni ba kumpo all the social intervention programs are aba Ghana ha MPP are buying a deba.
That's right.
Most of the greatest developmental projects MPP and a deba. Inti ya tre Ghana for ya nutina a percentage turn wa Ghana hapa ya kotwaba na percentage turn out 60%. That be me 50 time I mean you know me started the politics me who 70% in poda because time be over 75% any the twaba wa Ghana. But this time 60%.
Very low.
So that should tell the NDC say omo members are na toba omo no ye kan omo mpese ye beka. Until we will do our homework well. Now, Bibia is seeing for quine. I'm more man call out and call Twabano. We'll make sure we right the wrongs. And 2028, victory will be ours.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And no,
the National Council will say, yeah, met me near Camino, and you are a nipa nine.
Yeah.
Nipa nine, party no, and Mubabe Chennai. For over 1 year. I say a TSS. Well, 31st January, a year for one, you the direction and focus of our party.
Very well. We say my regards to the humble regional secretary OKT Samuel Jomo Edifri Axim. And what do we and so the buy my entry. We say Oscar, good morning. My name is Dachi Hene Nana Alex from Takoradi Technical University. Former TESCON president, or say the Western Regional MPP is blessed to have this fine brain heading our secretariat as secretary. Very excellent communication prowess. I'm also in full support of the calls to allow him go unopposed. He is very solid and fantastic. Okay, and the idea there, they say Operation retain and maintain OKT as the regional secretary. Men are me coordinator. Me coordinator. And you know, Bibiania, we did you swa OKT asum ebeti. Afei yanhwe. NDC ebetina akonwa yisu yi. Abosumi ensia mu nie. Data wada roma wo. Amamu a womde mayen no. A reflect ensemu a womo kan ye in opposition. Ansa na mo ba benya tumi na na.
What was say NDC omo ya ade wo populism. Yan ya ade ma nkrofo embonje yeso. Omo ya ade pa. Apart from omo propaganda semno. Now it's too early shed the way omo ekọ ewo omo niema bi ho a ebekwa na be eka omo Brojibe say it will come back and bite them. In summer omo keka already during the vetting of their ministers the U-turn of some of them.
Yeah.
Your mo na ka say taxes there say unse implementation of 1 cedi per liter no your mo problem.
Yeah.
Up to now omo to me implement here. So who omo nsam akese keka no say enche dollar yi obeti nsam a omo abeka afa ho endi na sakura obeti nsam a omo abeka afa ho say nsam om keka re enya nana nko pese at the last local government election in Kayantu Abanyi MMDC.
Yes.
Ono muni yen namu. If there at the 11th hour no and I'm back here out. Yeah. Let's say because who say the main opposition no is not supporting and to say the creation of the regions say no we had their support and they to be and then I say His Excellency the President or catch and Crawford, I'm sure they will be the last group of appointees, which means that Constitutional Review Committee, you know, they are considering the election of MMDCs.
That's right.
And that is the way to go. We should hold our MMDCs accountable.
That's right.
So, even the Constitutional Provision, Constitution as a country, you know, from 92, 2025, you know, 33 years. Baby, area said 92 na social media before baby obinim. So it is certain things have to change. Me personally, me feel say that clause say more than half of your ministers should come from parliament. You know, something should be done about that clause.
Yeah.
Because the independence of the legislature and the executive, no, that will say you say Ghana, you bet to be in your hang parliament. There will be a time the government will be minority in parliament.
Yeah.
We can also get that.
Yeah.
So if you are minority in parliament, how will you run your government? Because you are going to appoint more than half of your ministers from parliament. Then the opposition majority will carry the day. So it is a dream. Say we can get that in future. Into Yama legislature no and independent. We can have career legislatures. To say UK because we Oscar most of in Tower there were two parties obi ko 2 MPB obi ko corporate. It was a very experienced MP. Not because of Nyama Bakumienu bi to obi say me so me ba betu ni nyina ne say o feel say okupie parliament ebi obenya post to be Eddie as a minister. Your trap party no man na obeche. But your court parliament there when you're one the godfathers binti minister ebia na ebia ede ebia to afado. Inti ende say endu ne so constituency wompa say do ne so by force. Now be very experienced hard-working MP ni ababe yi nefiwo. You know, so all these things we should. I was very happy when Mete say His Excellency Jobahama say they might be the last batch of MMDCs. I was so happy. yes say if you support to aba baby
yes
obeba be
yeah
you who say light as you baby because 4 years you are going to account to the people. So what would the reality? Some of these things here and this there at the right time no we will assess me the real master who's a populist star and I say so they want to paint MPP as thieves.
Yes.
And yakochi way the way court and the way and look at what Obi look at what they are doing with the Chief Justice. The judiciary is independent.
Yeah.
Way here. But because of your campaign, Chief Justice, panel, look at what they are doing. So they are always doing politics with their political management of the state, which is a bad news. Me, I don't see anything better that they can do.
Yes.
Osha, Paul, you used it against the MPP. You got your vote until yesterday. Monshe na monkoye. Monshe na monkoye. Emayen. Yesterday. Mumayen who say you are better to send your namokan during your campaign than the MPP. Secondly, Portos ya di BBB na omaye. And so these are the things omokaye DG vote. It's your toy.
Yeah.
Look at what happened to Takoradi. Yeah. You didn't see that. From last Friday, look at what happened to us. Yeah. Into Honorable Masood Ekma MC Majid and Honorable Fedu. Samoda. Mose Honorable Kojakwa and Honorable Moon. Oma Yeshe, Modi Ajimu vote. Moma Yen who say, Mo Trey Bibi Chesabubi to me.
Okay.
Michia. My colleague, Honorable Nelson, I enjoy the regional minister position. Michelle Papa, Honorable Womaye, there you have the managerial skills. What did your development than the MPP?
Okay, Asamba Kwa the background commander to a year. I don't know that COVID-19 in Russia-Ukraine war a buyer. President Nana Akufo-Addo can say, a huge effect on the country's economy. And this for a say and yanokre a mismanagement. And yes, you yate. Yamin Babone, Oma mismanage the economy no coffee. Mono maba. And then I say ya Israel ne Iran to Toto Paye. President Mahama say the ministers in
finance and energy.
Empe kwan bi so a ene wo haw na be firi we be ba no. Won be so ano. Na de no a e boba no.
Eni susu.
Say eni susu e be have effect on Ghana's economy. Okay, to Wadaroma.
That's all more and Omoka say international EBA effect for your economy. They've forgotten that we are a global village. So say Israel, Iran, Numpodie, and no Buboba. Now, so what is Trump, the trade wars he's banning some countries. Ghana, and no, do you know the implication? And Yama, your friend say, you import from America. Any nearby you export to America. When this ban comes, Sanya the coin for. Into those who deal in businesses, and I almost here, Sanya Mano, what will happen to us? Yeah. It is not only the Israel, Iran. Also, Yakupon on Tise the Pada said you. Nana Dudankwa Ekaye say, my money pound. Economy need the say and says me a shows a Ghana for who say in Yamaya did 2 Quemono and on maybe two chairman the governor of the Bank of Ghana because so far he's the only government appointee who say or buy and your bet 2 yeno on fire need the encounter on society who say he's going strictly to what he came to meet and or Kasanswa who say or can't near what was a professor. Though he's not a politician, but saying a political appointment, he had to be a politician. He is the only government appointee who say on petrols because you're better you name no chiana as a metronom. and then see gold board to be any the gold board the DCC small scale miners and our gold buyers. Now no sika. People are going to start smuggling gold from this country. Because don't forget, cocoa crania smuggle Ivory Coast. Yeah. Now gold are meant to be there.
Okay.
Because this gold board is not going to help the gold business in this country. The gold business. If you understand and know the gold business, you will embrace this gold board. Gold dealers, no. Obi me boy beyond challenge me. I'm a minerals engineer. Obaka my politics. I'm in practice here, but near me sure na me team. Obia or person challenge, you know. On the onyabotre, we are all in this country. We will see the gold board is a sham.
Good morning. I will humbly urge all the NPP MPs going to contest for the flag bearership to withdraw their intentions and support Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia to pull all maximum victory come 2028. He is the right candidate for the current NPP generation in Ghana. The battle is still the Lord. Greetings to Abna Sewa, Mediampo, and Mr. Chris Labibuatin. Okay, all right. If you're bossing on the way, and so a buyer. Okay, to Yebeja Mamwako, Futu Ben, or the ma party for one more, a near Yekasei amendment be Aba, Ekotoswa Banyamea Domwa 19 fa, Wama Botua, Wamo Kansembe Noir, and I fee. One more support to the various presidential aspirants, no. One more so for no so and sembe na ye can assure.
Yos Kamedasi. First of all, the American say, your part na your womb, ya kuma, editre, ye tirhe, na ye tia na ya kuma ye no. Yan tiasa say a democratic party. And a democratic party bia so dear. Duduono, baby a duduona adwewono, eno enye di ejuma. Naturally, ye ni pay, enya abribia na wo adwen a ope no, ye even efia ye wompo no, also ye janso sometimes ye oyire ne o mano can turn o decision. So when it yantiase say your party no ye kebi mami kebi party. Enti baby a dodo na adwe wo bia no eno na ewo na bibia a dodo no de ba no instead of see a be criticize no ye hwehwe positives la ewo mu no na ye nyina ye move fanko ye dia ne MPP. It is the best party in this country. Enti ye dia eno no na etimi ni akame no ye wo say faberes enimonyamfo nkofo 9 yi omu nyina eye party pedifo omu nyina aboa ye nyina in one way or the other. So say me wia say me friend me former Mampo MP honorable Adai because no need there na me nyanti ya no pay na Mababeti. They are all very strong party honorable members. You know, it is our support to obia yama temdidie no. And before. We are all coming together. Because look, in whoever will win cannot forget about the other 8.
Yes.
Honestly, whoever wins, you know, he will consider the 8 in Pansana, will consider any appointment to be you know. Some of them can even be speakers of parliament because they have the parliamentary experience. Apart from Dr. Bawumia, they are all MPs, former MPs and MPs. Yes. It is they all be to me speakers of parliament, be to me very good cabinet ministers. And yeah, did you say we are one? We are one. But akonya no na ye empty enye na ye pre na ye de ye nipa ye den abetena so because of interest the relation that we have for them Don't forget, politics relation is okay. Because of the relation we have for them, Uyemanka, Osimesi de Minimno, into Obabe president, I mean, so many a walk a cry a day, at but know that a coco would nipebia who don't benya kakra no amobi. And now one casa su benya no amo bibi. No matter who will win, we should see it as an MPP win.
Yeah.
It is the party that matters. Because you to be in your post, but when MPP our power, it be Osikani, be probably to be the other fans. Oh, Fakoma regional secretary, me pay scholarship power me back.
That's right.
So regional secretary, so they about the right time. Me and Pomusi and compile and conform. But then you caught near back. So what would the reality?
That's right.
Young Bomodi say you be who in that perspective as one party. Let us stay united. Your opposition, look at the number of people who lose so much. What power is? Ye jemu free. Yama minimu diare ho e wo But yama minimu so na mu diare ho ebufo ni etu ma mumu pi ankoto aba. Yama minimu e wo dwomi se minim se nkofo pi ankoto aba. Ye nimsa ni ye ho aye yesre mo fa nche na de bia mo bompa ya mo kai MPP ti se ni ama mo kai yen no time bia na we dia ya nche kora 2028 ape ye mbrambe rescue Ghana na ye de ni ama pagu akwem eno ho mframa na eboi.
That's right.
Na nka ne akoso wo wiase de se nka ye ni ama pa na ye de go akwem na nka se nka ye nim bebia Ghana no edu nti yebesre obi abompa ya onka MPP ya ye womu nso ye hu se ye nnuanom ye nso ye nsa abribia ye keka bi kire ye ho a will definitely come to a consensus ne akoye nim as a party ne here is victory in 2028. Osikani das
ogeti enkwansa Chairman Francis in the Desia esemen kancho say ochiawo
papa.
Yes, was me more basso pa anopay near Wabe Yawahano. Wama womwana womuni and semuntiasia na enya muntiasia. And you say menchia mano na me more basso pa.
Kaje said the coach rai juba. Chama me pacho bi chao pa anopay.
That's right.
So wa would say wa da be kakra. Oscar obi onim bi ye pa bia be wu say me papa chaba say wasisa me papa wasisa first Osika akomani baby adam no ba bati edwuma no so asiye pa yabi sha pa
Same anyway if you come you say Osika OKT knows the job. No noise bia still maintain him. When they were born a tough and I was no noise. Then they be any baby. And you know, operation, retain, and maintain OKT for Western Regional Secretary. Yasha agenda na say. I was here, Yadin Komono, Ebesi.
Oscar be so me ma bibi watakwa na de bi o show. O se me fa the number kra ma. So for me Vida. Mama Vida bichawa no pe bi dimsa wo hwe pa se be ka be do number no ebe bus kan tu better than ka also won komo do be di because dey bi o show no pe bia.
Very well, that's good and you know Mama Vida
and me so me fa belated birthday so ma former regional minister MP for Takoradi Honorable Kobiochi Dakumensa.
That's right.
Yeah man, happy belated birthday. It was a Sunday the birthday Monday
and then 3 days.
The birthday no na and then 3 days. That is Wednesday.
Yeah, and then
Wednesday. Yeah. Honorable, happy belated. But be sure the weekend your bar it be a party be so.
That's right.
Titoko no ya na makai.
Very well. You know, the Western Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Okatechia mankwa frifa ena ye ne no adi enkomo no abusua ye de nkomo no nyina no besi ase kan na hye no so se exactly 9:30 no ye be cross over to Wuntumi TV Kumasi na ye de Wuntumi Sports Buffet no aba 12 p.m. nso no anu ahia abena ne ochemaba no mo de wontumi prem to breka se ebo no enso aba no na ba ochemaba AS Enchil etnase omane puntu adwumadie wo de atoa so medin de Osikani Frimpong Manso ya na team ni nyina se Omo abom homode aye adwuma pa ochemaba ene lady production no Michael Yaro ewo MCR Samuel Dingo ena echinchim cameras no Kelly ehwe social media abena se wa mani ampo mana prek eda mo ase pa ya mu so da foforo ye be hia good morning.